I gotta find the video.
Who's
There
Mike? He's hot, huh?
Here it is. All right. Here we go. Hey now, welcome everybody. This is Johnny Beane. It is February 25th, 2022, 8:09 p.m. Eastern, 5:09 Pacific. Welcome to, what was that? Exclusively Van Halen, the weekly EVH show and podcast. Welcome, you guys. I got I gotta clean this place up, man. Oh my gosh.
Sound like somebody dropped like a box of markers on the floor. I hear that sound about twice a day. So, yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah,
man. Well, hey, you guys, welcome. Johnny Beane here, Kurt with a K, Jay Hannon, and Steve Emerson.
Hey now.
Yes,
Steve, before we introduce you, when was the last time you had a round of applause? I mean,
2 seconds ago.
Nice.
It's a normal thing.
Steve's kind of a big deal.
Not really.
Tonight you are.
All right.
Yes. So let's say hello to the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Beane TV, here on YouTube. If I could find the card, I got way too many cards here these days. Steve, like I was telling you earlier, man, these shows, they're getting bigger and better, and it's a way different operation now than it was back in the day. But hey, we have channel members here. If you'd like to become a channel member, help support this channel, support these shows, click that join button below. In the top tier are Dave Ennis, Final Freak 5150, Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz, who is actually on his way to the Mammoth WVH show in Sacramento tonight. Maybe he'll be checking in. Majestic PB and Jellycat, Wayno, False Flag, Sherman Callahan, Andy Carson, Michael B, R-Habs, Warlag, the Chad, Lawrence Christensen, Lenny Lou, and Mary. Hope you guys are feeling better. James Gum, John Moronic, Paul Martinwood, Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, the Captain.
It's the Captain, everybody. It's the Captain.
Yes. Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, Jim Ray Hawkins, David Allen Wright, and Steve Carmichael. Again, that's the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Beane TV, here on YouTube. Again, if you'd like to become a channel member, help support the channel, support these shows. Click that join button right below, right in front of the 11 thumbs ups.
Swipe right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And if you're not ready for channel membership, any super chats will change the color of my lights back here. So it's a special feature here on Johnny Beane TV. And there's that. If you want to get a hold of us anytime tonight or at 3 in the morning, 415-952-3263 is the phone number. You can call or text, and you can actually use WhatsApp, which is a great app, and it's What's. We're also live on Facebook, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page, where we have Facebook Stars, which is a digital gift that helps in the production of these shows. And speaking of Facebook, we're live in the exclusively Van Halen Facebook group, just under 63,000 members, EVH Gear Fans Live group and page, and eventually we'll be live on LinkedIn and OnlyFans.
What?
So, hey, who did that? Oh, Kurt, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And nice t-shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
We should make more of those.
We will make more of those.
Sounds good to me.
Exclusive.
I need a one-off V-neck, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Okay. In case you're taking orders.
Yep.
I'm gonna need one in triple extra fat.
Look at that.
That's awesome. The brown sound.
Very cool.
This is
Man.
the gray one, Jay.
I see that.
Oh. Man, so we have a lot of we actually have a lot of news and content for you guys tonight, which I'm sure some of it will carry over to the John Biel show tomorrow night. I see he's here.
Yeah, well, speaking of John Biel, I was going to say he must I'm assuming the engagement's off. John Biel's here on a Friday night early. Is there a problem in
Is that a
Paradise?
good button or a bad button? I don't know.
Did someone storm the castle?
I hope I'm joking.
No, he's on vacation, I think.
Let's do both. John Biel has his own show here on Johnny Bean TV networks called Saturday Night Live every Saturday. So some of this content will carry over tomorrow because this is all we talk about. It's same thing every day. We love it. All is well. Awesome, man.
Good.
Great to hear that. Stephen Franklin closed on a house. Would be moving, but got a foot of snow. Got a foot of snow today. Oh, dude. Thank you, Stephen. Wow.
Yeah.
Steve, do you have a chat open? Do you have a YouTube chat where you can see the chats?
Nope.
Go to the right. Comments. See, it says comments.
Let me go look.
On YouTube.
Oh,
On
okay.
YouTube.
Either
Not
You mean pull it up in split screen?
yeah. Or actually I can give you, let's see. Do you have access to your email
I sure do.
right there?
Yep.
All right, check this out. This is all you need. This is the link. Let's see. There we go. Reply.
Uncle Leo in the house. What's up, Uncle Leo?
Uncle Leo. Thank you, dude, for all your support and everything. We got a lot of people here. Should I do it? Should I do roll call?
No, we got to wait a few minutes. We got to let more people roll in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
Now,
Wait.
have you ever done the famous line? Well, look at all the people here tonight. I say.
That's
Oh, yes.
Jay's. That's Jay's. Yeah.
Well, now
Jay,
it's a
you
show.
gotta do it. Jay, do it your way.
No, I can't follow that. Steve's a guest. Let him take the microphone, man.
He nailed it.
Here we go. Got the email.
Or
Well,
Jay
let's see.
will drop the iced tea one once in a while. The Clash.
So what are we going to
Yeah.
be talking about tonight, boys? I see, Steve. There's a lot of I think that's Van Halen memorabilia behind you.
What is all that?
Could be a green screen.
It may be the mighty Van Halen. And yes, I am married. My wife is very cool.
Obviously.
No, I am not a stalker. It's just I'm a lifelong collector, and I love them, man. I've always loved them.
Awesome
Cool.
stuff, man. And for you to have for your wife to be super cool, to have you and you said 2 rooms like that.
Well, there's 2 rooms. When you walk into our house, normally we got a really nice house here in Flower Mound, Texas, suburb of Dallas. And when you walk in, there's what's supposed to be a traditional dining room, a nice dining room, moldings, the whole 9 yards. Looks really nice. It's filled with curio cabinets and memorabilia and photos and frame stuff everywhere. And I'm in the office, which is adjacent to the front door. And then the whole upstairs is sports. So, but my wife had to know what she was getting into. Like this shit wasn't going to go in storage when we got married.
So let me ask you this then: is she a Van Halen fan? Was she a Van Halen fan before you met her, or
Not even close? Like I've had to teach her all things Van Halen, and I tried to take her with me to a Van Halen show, and I play them constantly, as you might imagine. No, she's let me put it this way. I took her to Tom Petty and ZZ Top, and she told me, this is early on in our relationship. She goes, "Who's Tom Petty?" I'm like, "Who's Tom Petty?" What? And they started playing. She goes, "Oh, I know that song." I'm like, "Oh, I know that song." And 17 songs later, she said that the whole time. I'm like, "See, you know who Tom Petty is." She's not a fan like us.
Yeah.
Whatever's on the radio.
Was that in the 90s?
No, that was in, I believe, 2016, maybe.
Okay.
15, 16.
I think I saw Tom Petty and ZZ Top in the late 90s.
Well, I'm in Texas, so ZZ's here. They were here all the time, but rest in peace, Dusty Hill. But no, this was a couple years before TP passed away, sadly. The last show I took my wife to was Roger Waters' The Wall the same year, and that was the last time that I'd take her to a rock and roll show, because $300 for 17th row, and she didn't even know who the hell he is, right?
Yeah, and I could probably imagine here. I'm sure she might have known one or two of those songs for that show.
Zero.
Wow, not even. Oh my God, never mind.
Yeah, and she's 2 years younger than me, guys. I'm 52, so it's a travesty. It's really embarrassing, actually.
Wow.
But I take up for all the in our relationship. I rock is enough to cover her as well.
Well, no, what I was going to say is that's super cool that you're like one of your biggest things that you love. Like, you and her don't have that in common, but you must really love each other to have to not have that in common with her. And that's cool as hell.
It is.
That's awesome.
I definitely was blessed to get the right one. The first one that I was with and married to was not the right one. But I got the right one.
But she had 2 rooms full of stuff.
No, she was just she was the devil. She was Satan. That's all. That reminds me of her a little bit.
Oh man.
Well, Jay, I don't know if you know this, but my wife's maiden name is Van Klinken. And when I met her, I'm like, "Oh shit, that's like Van Halen." I'm like, "Yeah, are you single?" Literally, that's the
And
first
she's
thing
like,
I
"Who's
thought of
that?"
when she
No,
told me her
you
name.
are now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow. So I bet there might have been the conversation. Hey, what's your wife's first name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, would you be okay with me maybe taking your last name? It's close to Van Halen.
Yeah, we'll move a few letters around. We'll change it up a little bit.
That's awesome.
She's like, "It's Van Klinken." No, it's Von Klinken. Say it right. Come on.
Van Klinken.
Man.
So what are we going to be? Do you have some stuff? I know we're going to get to it, but you kind of have a few things that you're going to blow our pants off with.
Well,
Not that I'm wearing any, but
in this room, there's a lot of one-of-a-kind items that I got from their manager, Noel Monk. I don't know if now's the time to talk about that, but I went and stayed with him in Colorado Springs for a weekend, and it was like going to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. But like, his whole basement was stuff that doesn't exist, like just one of. And I came home with a lot of those things.
and he was like, "Where the hell did all that stuff go?" That son of a bitch.
This guy came in with one piece of luggage and he left with 3.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what is funny? Do you see this in the background? That big thing as the original logo, right there.
Holy shit!
That is a gigantic. That hung at Warner Brothers in Noel Monk's office, and it's the first time they headlined in 1978. That's at the Rainbow Theatre in London. That's when they took a break from Black Sabbath for a couple shows and played by themselves there. And anyway, that I did come home with that, and I couldn't get it on the plane. His wife had to help me. I'm like, "There's no way I'm going to let this get screwed up." So I basically made it into a tank with box and tape around it, so there was no way it could get damaged.
What that sign? You're talking about that sign behind you, the red and white one, right?
It's got a wood backing. Like the poster was mounted on something, and it's got a wood backing. It's not how I would do it, but this is, from 1978. And anyway, so I got it all wrapped up and everything, and I'm sitting there at the luggage carousel waiting for this giant thing to come down.
Where is it? Where is it?
Finally, here it comes, and then there's this giant crate behind it that's gonna smash it.
Oh no!
And I jumped up on the luggage thing, the carousel, to get it before it could get smashed. Yeah, that thing is pretty cool.
That's
Man.
And I've got signed contracts and all kinds of signed stuff, album covers and all that, and they're real. None of this shit's from eBay or whatever. None of that stuff.
Let's get John Biel in here and for him to ask you if anything's if it's a real autograph or if it's printed on there. It's an inside joke. Sorry.
Sure,
Steve.
they're real. I assure you.
Yeah.
Buzzkill.
Wow.
Any Walter Payton signed helmets in your sports memorabilia?
It's funny you should ask. I have every NFL helmet and they're all signed, but I don't have Walter Payton.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll get a plane ticket right to you.
Well, hang on. But I've got a gigantic framed photo, double matted, and it's signed by Payton, which says Sweetness. And I've got another smaller one, and I've got an authentic football. I just don't have the helmet. All that stuff I've had for 20-something years.
Steve,
Got to
you want
keep
to be
this
friends?
show on track. I just thought I'd, dip Jay's wiener in the water a little bit.
I see the Bears blanket behind
Oh
you.
yeah. I was born in Illinois, and I was 9 when they won the Super Bowl. And
That's the
huge
best team ever, dude.
I used to tell people when I was a kid that my name was Walter Jason. That's how he's my number one everything as far as celebrities, athletes, whatever.
Sweetness. I've got his rookie card in mint condition.
So do I. I have his
I've
rookie
got
card too.
a ton of Gail
Mint
Sayre stuff
condition.
too.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah,
Man.
I love the Chicago, Butkus, all those guys, man. That's some legacies there.
Man. Well, Steve, you'll have to come back because it looks like they want a tour of your sports room as well.
Yeah, we'll do another show for that one.
It's pretty vast. It's a lot more vast than this.
We'd like to see your kitchen too at some point.
See
Kitchen's
what's in the
nice.
refrigerator.
It's stocked.
So, how did you get into starting to? I know Kurt was probably dying to ask. Kurt, you know what? You're better at asking questions like that anyway. I'll let you go.
Hey, we're partners in this whole endeavor.
Okay,
Go
we're
ahead.
docking. All right.
Yep.
So
Do it.
how did you? When did you get into collecting all this stuff? And I don't have to really add anything to that question.
Sure. So in around 1982, sometime in 1982, I'd always been a music fan, and I grew up around my older cousins. So I came up listening to Styx, Foreigner, Boston, those kinds of bands, and I would get that Fog Hat. I'd hear that at my cousins' houses. So I went and started buying my own cassettes, and I was very, very interested in music very early on. And then one day I heard Diver Down. Now I'm 13, so a lot of my peers out there that love Van Halen, that are older. I'm 52. They were lucky enough to have discovered it in 1978. I was too young. Anyway, so I heard Diver Down, and it was on cassette, and I opened up the inside and everything and looked at it, and they're on stage. I think that picture is taken when they opened up for the Rolling Stones in Florida in 81. And I'm like, who the hell is this? And then I just started listening to it and looked at the pictures, and within a week, I had chores around the house and I could earn money. I went back and I bought Van Halen 2 and Van Halen and Women and Children First and Fair Warning. And Fair Warning was my least favorite early on. I mean, it's by far my favorite. Not even close. It's my favorite now. But that's when I started. And then, you remember going back. It was a novelty going to the record store when you're 13 years old, when you're as old as I am. You'd go in, and it wasn't just to go buy the record. It was for the experience. You're looking at posters and keychains and magazines and just
I can still smell it. I can still smell the record store.
Oh, God, I loved it, man. And so I had all the hit paraders, the Creams, the Circus, you know, and you read the articles, no matter how goofy they were looking back, and you see the pictures. And I remember the Van Halen the Cream magazine that was all Van Halen.
Yep. I had that one.
I got 2 or 3 of them in there. That one, it captivated me, man. And I'm like, who the hell is this? So I just fell in love with them, and I've got a collector's gene, if you will.
Going in.
I'm not a hoarder, I promise. I just like I like to collect shit. It's the thrill of the hunt. So that's when it started in 1982 with most people's least favorite album, Diver Down, and I love that album.
Oh yeah.
Wow. You know what's cool though? You say that it, you know, Pete, your older friends or cousins, you said, you know, they had known about Van Halen for a while, but there is something very cool when you get into a band, especially like that 13-year-old age. When you get into a band and you're like, what is this? And then you find out they have like a bunch of other albums. You're like, oh my God, what one do I get next? Then you go to the record store. Well, back then it was like cassettes for me.
Sure.
And you're like looking through and you judge it off of like the album cover.
The cover.
Well, this one's got the coolest cover.
Right.
You know?
And fair warning to me, the reason I didn't like it so much, because I didn't know any better. Now I think it's awesome, is, you know, the famous painting or whatever, but it was kind of the most, to a 13-year-old, through the lens of a 13-year-old, it was the most, you know, there was no long hair and all that kind of stuff. So, but the music on it is amazing. It's amazing on all of them. But anyway, yeah, man, you're very impressionable at that time. And you're right. Like first time I heard Deep Purple, then I'm like, whoa, they have all these, and same with Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. I mean, that's what happens when you grow up and you discover things that have been around for a while. You go back and they have a whole catalog. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a lost art these days, man.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot with like how the internet, obviously it's great for a lot of things, but it has kind of ruined the mystique and the allure about, like you said, the only way to find out about these bands was getting those magazines. But because my brother, he's I think 50 or gonna be 50 this year, and it's the same type of thing. You know, like he had all those. I have a bunch of the ones that he used to have, and I just remember him looking through them all the time, reading them, having the music playing. And it's just it's so different now.
I love the boner sound effect. My dad used to call it my nickname's Emo for Emerson, and he was Big Emo or whatever. And he used to call it, oh, you discovered this, or he would always use the word discover. You know, you're discovering this or you're discovering that. And I'm like, well, you know, what the hell are you talking about, Dad? Can you give me this cassette? And now looking back, it makes total sense. You know, I discovered Van Halen, and then of course went back and got the whole catalog. I did that with a lot of bands, but I don't collect all those bands. I'm a Van Halen psycho. I love them.
Yeah, I mean, if you collected all the bands that you love, I mean, how many rooms would you need? You know,
it'd be crazy. I do have a big Kiss collection though from the 70s, but it's not out.
Yeah.
I don't want to get castrated.
Oh my gosh.
I grew up in my household before I found Van Halen. It was like, you know, the Beatles, Paul McCartney, Toto, Tears for Fears, Billy Joel, you know, that type of stuff. And then in 84, 85, 86, when I discovered Van Halen, it was like there was no one else on the planet. It was Van Halen only.
Yeah.
Top down, bottom up, baby.
That's right.
And every one of those bands you just mentioned, I'm a huge fan of. They're amazing. Steve Lukather, my gosh, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable guitarist, Toto. I love all those bands. I love music.
Yeah.
It really is a soundtrack to your life.
And Van Halen, maybe it's just because we love them so much, but Van Halen is one of those bands that I always love hearing how people, and it's happened since I've been on this show a lot, because not many of my friends and people that I grew up with were huge Van Halen fans like I am. So it's cool hearing people's stories of how they, you know, found out about them or came across listening to them. So it's a cool thing, man.
It really is, you know, music. I mean, for me, obviously we're talking about Van Halen right now, but the music in general, it literally will transcend you back and make you feel what you felt back then. Smell how you're maybe a girl you had a crush on. You know,
Maybe
back
how a
then.
girl smelled at the time.
Yeah, she smelled. You know, it sounds weird, but it's true. You know, it's hopefully she didn't smell like that, pal. But yeah, it's powerful. I love it.
I still remember certain streets that I was driving down the first time I listened to certain Van Halen songs. I play them again, and it just immediately puts me back 20 years.
Yeah.
You ever wonder how my friends and I I've got a lot of text threads and all that with long time buddies. And I always bring up, how the hell did we always find each other back then? We didn't have a cell phone. And if you're out and about, you're not going to answer your phone at home. So, how did you get around and find her? And you just would cruise and you'd run into everybody, and music kind of brought you all together. It's kind of cool that way.
So, Steve, I know we're going to get into your collection, but out of all the stuff you have, how much of that stuff is original from back when you were 13, 14, 15 years old?
From that era, I'd say there's every 8-track except for 1984. I don't have those. I don't have that one. But the first 5 on 8-track,
cool.
The first 6 on cassette, probably. I take really good care of my stuff, and I always have. So, and probably a stack of original, really nice condition magazines, and some records. But none of the stuff that if I got hit by the beer truck tomorrow, my wife could start cashing this stuff in. None of that stuff.
Give your wife my number. Tell her to call me first. So you're telling me you didn't?
I have his number.
I always tell her, man. I say, hey, listen, if I get hit by the beer truck tomorrow, and you're going through all this, or somebody's helping you, and it just looks like a little piece of paper, and it's probably trash to you, that could be a pass for a 1978 show at Black Sabbath that's worth $250. Don't throw it away without asking somebody, So, and this room's filled with it.
I've had to go back and rebuy a lot of my stuff. I'm sure Jay's probably the same way. You use a CD case to scrape your windshield, scrape the ice off your windshield because you didn't have an ice scraper. And just, throwing CDs around in the back of the seat of the car. Or, I still have cut up magazines from when I was 15, 16 years old that I wish I wouldn't have cut them up.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do that too, man? My mom would come in. She'd get so pissed off, guys. She'd give me an inch, and let me hang a few posters. And then I'd take a circus magazine or whatever and cut out every little picture. And I used a stapler. What an idiot,
Oh.
And I would wallpaper an area, and she'd come in and give birth, man. She'd be so pissed off. So yeah, I had to recreate some of those, but most of them I kept in pristine condition.
Yeah,
well,
I never cut up any of my magazines. I would photocopy. I would Xerox them all and zoom in on the real small photos. And I had a whole 2 walls full of just like a huge collage.
You're not kidding.
Of photos.
So
no,
Johnny,
I'm not kidding.
Would you go to the public library to photo?
I'd go to the college.
Oh, wow.
I'd go to the college and do that.
How old are you, Johnny?
I'm 29.
Okay, well, that's the difference. I didn't have that available to me. I had to walk to school uphill both ways, carrying my Van Halen.
I took Uber.
So I'll have to find the photo and I'll put it in the Discord. But I lived in the same house from kindergarten all the way till I moved out and got married. And the popcorn ceilings?
Oh, yeah.
I did the VH with the wings above my bed in the popcorn ceiling with the butter knife. And about 10 years ago, my brother built a house behind where we grew up, and we were walking through looking at it, and the people were there, and they let us in the house, and it's still there, and I got a picture of it.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
About this big, Jay.
Do they even see it?
They were so pissed.
Do you have the picture on your phone or something?
It's on an old iPhone, but I gotta transfer it. I'll find it.
But do those people even realize what that is?
Hell no.
Oh, I told them when I went in there.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, it is."
So and it's funny. It's funny you etched that up there in the popcorn ceiling. When when you're 13, 14 years old, back in the early 80s, you'd sit there and doodle because you're not listening to the lady up there trying to teach you something. You'd sit there and doodle, and everybody doodled the Van Halen logo.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Everybody. Didn't even matter if you, I mean, it kind of was cooler if you did doodle that. Hey, look at this. I just doodled that.
I'll do that
The
right
story
now.
gets better because
I may do it now too.
me and my brother shared a room, and he was into Boston. Boston was his band. Van Halen was my band. At the time when I did it, do you remember when Boston split up and they did RTZ?
Yes.
Yeah.
He etched RTZ above his bed in the popcorn ceiling. So we got a picture of that. And when we went back and saw it, I'm like, out of
That
all
didn't
the
age
bands
well.
you picked the worst freaking band to put up on the ceiling.
That
To
didn't
be there
age well.
forever. It's pretty funny.
Wow.
One
Well,
album.
Real quick, Steve. There's a question in the chat from Getcha Bite. He goes, Steve, it looks like all Roth era stuff you have. Are you a collector or fan of the Hagar era also?
All right, let me choose my words carefully on that. So there are a lot of folks, you know, if you get on these Van Halen pages on Facebook or whatever, and I'm on a bunch of them. Some of them I just can't tolerate, so the arguing and all that. But I only collect David Lee Roth era. Most of this, 99.9% of this is
No under no one.
No.
is from 1985 or prior, going back in even before 78. When Hagar, when Van Halen broke up, David Lee Roth left the band. Like I was like devastated. But the new music was Sammy. I mean, I love Sammy Hagar, Standing Hampton, Three Lock Box, Trans Am, all that stuff, Cruisin' Boozin'. I loved in Montrose. I love Sammy Hagar, and I loved the Sammy Hagar sound with Van Halen. It was just totally different.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the Van Halen that I came up with, you know. So do I collect it? No. Do I like it? Of course, man. It's the king of six strings. It's Alex. It's got the backbeat. I just don't, to me, not to piss anybody off. I know it's still Van Halen, but to me, it was just something different. And I've got it all. I love it.
No, dude, wait, all of us were entitled to our opinions. And I
Yeah.
never, you know, I'm lucky enough where I was, let's see, 86 is when Sammy came out. Or Sammy, 5150.
Yeah.
And again, I was 9 at that time. So I wasn't like old enough where I was like married to, I was just like, oh, Van Halen has a new singer. And I obviously had known Sammy Hagar from MTV.
Yep.
So I didn't know about bands and this and that. I was just like, oh, there's a new Sammy Hagar is now singing for Van Halen.
That makes a lot of sense, dude, because I think that the age you were when that happened
Perfect.
Probably stimulates how you feel about it more than anything, because you just said the word, I wasn't married to the previous Van Halen. I was married with children with the earlier Van Halen, and that was everything to me. So it was devastating. But you know, if you're born a little bit later, I can just see how, you know, no big deal or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that feel the same way about other bands. Think about Rainbow or Black Sabbath. Holy cow, how many singers did they have? You know, Ozzy, Dio. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's all relative with your age. But I was a senior in high school when 5150 came out. You think I don't have fond memories of that album?
I bet.
A lot of fond memories.
So was that one guy.
Yeah, I'm a senior, you know.
Dreams and stuff.
Remember that? Remember Van Halen Unleashed, that documentary on MTV? Do you remember that? No. You'll have to YouTube it later.
Well, no. What is it? Which documentary?
Unleashed. Van Halen Unleashed. MTV.
Is this the one where the guy that won the go on tour with Van Halen, Kurt?
No. He's been on.
I know
he's been on the show. Yeah,
he's awesome.
He was here years ago.
He's great. What a story. Now I don't know that I've seen Unleashed. I probably have and can't remember.
Yeah, it's where they say David Lee Roth was a toothache, and they had a nice shiny crown put in.
I'd have to see it again. I've seen so much of that. It's like a you know, they lob back and forth to each other back then with hatred. And
well, I'm sure, Steve, I'm sure if you like YouTube it, Van Halen Unleashed later, you'll be like, oh, I remember watching this 1,000 times, you know.
For sure. I'll look at it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Well,
but
this channel, we like them both. We all of them, you know.
I do too, guys. It just there's not Sammy Hagar era in the collection. And you know what? I'm very thankful I don't collect that era because it would just be more, right?
Yeah.
So this is enough.
mm-hmm.
Oh, Johnny's burping. Do you want to should we bust something out to kind of break the ice here?
Sure. But also I forgot. Let me that we got 84 people sitting in here.
Roll call.
Let me make sure to announce that we're giving away an Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop tonight. So you got to type #win in the chat for your chance to win. So, and also I know I used to say, oh, you got to be in the chat to win. No, you don't have to be. You can split. Well, I don't know why you would, because this is the best thing on YouTube tonight. But anybody that does win, you do have to contact me, because if you don't contact me, it's officially I can give it away elsewhere. I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So
do you have one of those
contact
Funko Pops, Steve?
I've got. I ordered them back in December. I ordered 3 of them, so I can keep. I don't know. It's success, but I'll keep 2 in a box, and one of them I'll put by my computer where I work. Yeah,
That's what I did.
You bastard! I want it so bad. I've got a whole bunch of those stupid little things. I love them, man. They're so silly, but I love them. I thought I would share if you want me to. I mean, there's
dude.
Okay, so a big
Such
thing.
your hair, I guess.
A big thing with collectors is collecting. Back in the day, it would be collecting bootleg vinyl, right?
Yeah.
It was a big deal. And behind me, there's, if you can see right below where it says the Van Halen 2 thing, there's big stacks of records, and those are all bootlegs. Well,
you can take your phone over there too if you want.
I will, but I figured I'd do this first. So these are released by a label called Mad Hatter.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very unknown. It's very high quality. Each one of these is 180 gram. There's only about 10 of each of these in existence. Like there's one. It's called Machoism in Fresno. You can't really tell, but it's really glossy silver vinyl. Here's another one.
That's crazy that David Lee Roth's on the
Shit
cover by
fire
himself.
and save matches. How cool is that? This one's in Tokyo. These are all like again, this one looks like something. This one got leaked. Somebody that was in the unique club to be able to get access to these, it got leaked, and then you could buy this on eBay for $25. This is the original Mad Hatter. You can't touch these for probably less than $250, $300 each now.
Yeah.
And that's
Show
if
us
you can
the back
find them.
photo.
What's that?
Let's see the back photo of the band on that one.
This is at a place called Pogo's.
Oh, yeah.
But you can get this because again, one person, we don't know who, we think, I won't mention names, leaked the audio, and somebody went and took it and made their own little bootleg out of it that you can go get for like $25. You can go find that on eBay. This is the original one though. There's another one. This one's really cool, man. It's like a cartoon. These 2 idiots are on here looking at records and saying shit. And I can't remember where it's at. It's 79 Tour Rehearsals.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I've got stacks of this kind of shit, man. Here's the other shit fire save matches. And then this one is my favorite one. Intensity and Lip Switch. It's them in Germany in 1978.
Wow.
But anyway, those are really, really rare, and doesn't matter how much money you have. There's only like 10 of them, right? So the fact that
10 of them.
there's only like 10 of each of these. Yeah, they're that rare.
And you have how many? 9 of them?
Well, there's 10 of each copy. But I have all but one. There's one that I don't have.
Oh, no.
And
Does any of your stuff ever get chewed up?
Somebody's going to need, one of my buddies is going to need some money at some point, and that's how you get this. And I don't know.
It'll be one of us.
Well, somebody that has one that I need at some point is going to need a few bucks, and I'm going to be there to scoop it up. Guys, that's a secret of getting this stuff. I mean, I definitely went out to their manager's house and got some unique stuff, but I'm friends with collectors all over the world, and you look out for each other, and you have to trade. That's how you get the really cool shit, man. Yeah, you ain't buying it on eBay or Etsy or Amazon or any store, you know. So anyway, it's pretty wild that way. It's fun.
Yeah. By the way, Boner Jams, thank you so much. What a special night on the JB Network. We got Steve Emerson and the brothers from 98 Disease, Nick and Drew Lashley.
What's a Mormon soak? I got to know what that is, man. You gotta share what that is. That's too good.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Jesus. Steve, speaking of the Sammy first Dave thing, I have a buddy who's a little older than I am, and he loves Sammy Hagar's solo career, like loves Montrose, right? Loves it.
Sure.
Likes the Sammy stuff, but hates Van Hagar, like with a passion. And I'm like, that's so weird.
How old is he?
Huh?
How old?
He's probably in his early 50s. You know.
So I can. Okay, so
old hockey buddy of mine.
Well, hockey. He's a tough guy then. So
yeah.
So think about this. Consider this. Montrose was raw. And in your face, arguably one of the very first heavy metal records, right? And I love how Motley Crue redid Bad Motor Scooter on Dr. Feelgood or whatever, and just took credit for that. But anyway, they were edgy, and Sammy's records were edgy. Van Halen's first 6 records were edgy,
beyond edgy. Yeah.
And then you got. Man, I got to be careful with my words because I love the Van Hagar, Van Halen era, but it was more I don't know, it was more safe, you know. Love Walks In, Dreams. It was great music. I mean, great music, but it wasn't like Take Your Whiskey Home, you know, and things like that might make your parents go, what the hell's our kid listening to right now? You know, it was more safe. So
well, it could be the other way too, though.
Well, it totally could be the other way.
No, I get you. I mean, I've mentioned this before that, you know, when I listened to the first 6 records, the Roth era, you have like an attitude about you. You're like, yeah, man, yeah, you know, whatever. And then I put on Sam, and 5150 is my favorite record of all time.
It's awesome.
But it just, I have a different, like, I feel like happy and in a good mood. Like I can do anything when I listen to the Sammy era. And when I listen to Dave, I just want to take over the world. You know, I get it. It's a
just wants to break stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say this, if you're getting ready to go and do a sales presentation in front of 100 people on it, and you have to nail it, I would probably rather listen to something off of 5150 before going in, because it's gonna juice you in a really positive way. If you're gonna go into a keg party circa 1983 and you want to walk in and be cool and kind of own the room and everything, I'm gonna throw in Fair Warning. Sorry, Unchained. You know, it's
Steve. Have you been following my career?
We may have mirrored careers, which we've already discussed. You with Centos, me with TG. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? One's inspiring,
Yep.
and the other one is a different kind of inspiring.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Both
listen,
badass.
and they both have Eddie Van Halen on.
That's
guitar.
right.
Yep.
The king of six strings.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Steve, because Jay and I, our first albums were 5150. So
why do you say that? Mine isn't.
Huh?
Kurt
It's
is
his
on.
favorite album.
Oh, okay, that's your first album. Okay. My first album was 5150. Okay, Kurt.
My brother had all those tapes when I was younger. So yeah, John, you're confusing me with somebody else.
Okay.
With me.
With him, I guess. Because you guys wear that same shirt. So, I mean, like I was telling you earlier, Steve, I bought 5150 and then I bought Van Halen 1. I grew up on both. To me, it was all Van Halen. There was no difference. I never saw any of the negativity really until I jumped on AOL and then
the internet.
Van Halen mailing list kept kicking me out, and I was a huge collector too. I mean, it's possible I had a lot of that same stuff that you did. I didn't have it displayed like that, but to me, if it had Eddie on it, I bought it, no matter what it was. If it was Eddie Van Halen, so that's why I'm wondering, like as far as anything after Roth that had Eddie on it, you said you didn't collect that stuff, or was there certain items you just couldn't pass up?
Yeah, anything that was. Don't get me wrong. I've got a few. Like I've got the live promo for Right Here, Right Now poster from Japan.
Hidden
it's got
in the basement.
What's that?
It's rings or wings, right?
It's hey man, I'm gonna piss people off, and I don't want to do that.
You're not. Don't worry about it.
Steve. Wings, not rings. All that means. That's the saying on these pages. And I loved Sammy Hagar before, and I loved the Sammy Hagar sound with Van Halen. It just was different. I'm telling you, it has to do with what happened, how old you were when all that happens. That's all it has to do with. That's it. And you're right, Johnny. Back then, before the internet and people just started arguing, any idiot with a keyboard could go and tear into somebody else and tell them what's right or wrong or whatever, which is a bunch of horse shit. And it's another show. But
Thursdays.
What should be right to you is what's right in your mind or in your ears, right? So
yes,
but nobody really argued about it back then. I remember seeing some videos of Sammy getting the crowd worked up, and somebody's got a thing that says Roth sucks or whatever, and that turned me off like a motion. Man. God, I think that was on live.
I think that was on Unleashed. That's why you turned it off. You never saw the rest of it.
It pissed me off, man. I didn't like that, man. But I was a young mind.
That guy was probably paid by Sammy. Sammy probably had that banner. Hey man, I'll give you $100 if you hold this up.
Probably give you some brown M&Ms
at the wrestling show.
Probably. I got a kick out of when I posted this collection on the Edward Van Halen Facebook page last weekend, and I didn't know what was going to happen, and it blew up. And I asked the question about define what the Brown sound was, because I'm not a musician like you guys. And I really never really truly knew. I thought it was warmth and a certain particular sound, but I wanted to hear what the people said. And one guy said it's because Edward hated brown M&Ms. And I'm like, dude, you totally don't know the reason behind the brown M&Ms. It's not, they all taste the same. It's so they read the contract.
Right.
That's what that was about.
You ever had a brown Skittle?
Yeah, well, if they have brown M&Ms in the bowl, that means they didn't read the rest of the contract, and the stage could.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they put it right in that Roth talked about. They put it right in the middle. Said, hey, if we get there and those M&Ms, just a bowl of M&Ms with the brown ones in there, we know they didn't read.
They didn't read that shit. Like he gets, a lot of people are turned off by Roth because he was the guy, and he was such a goofball at times, which makes me love him, but. He was pretty damn smart in how he marketed the band, how he took them in different levels, and he wrote all those songs, the lyrics to all those songs. Some of them don't make a lot of sense, but they're my favorite ones too.
Well, that's the thing. You must watch this show.
I've never seen it, man. I'm friends with Johnny on Facebook, and I've probably crossed paths with you guys before on some other posts, but I try to stay out of all that rigmarole.
Well, it's just funny because you mentioned the lyrics, right? And people always give Sammy crap for some of his lyrics and stuff like, and I get it.
Sure.
But if you were like Roth, his personality and his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pizzazz.
Just whatever.
Showmanship.
Charisma, right?
Charisma.
He could get away with saying certain things because he had it, right? Whereas some like Sammy, David Lee Roth's in my opinion, the greatest frontman of all time when he was in his prime. I mean, there was nobody better. And that's the thing. He could get away with not being able to be the best singer, but he put on a performance on stage. And my wife, I'm reading text from my wife, Jeannie. It's amazing the difference, right, between the two of them.
I'm curious if you guys subscribe to which side of the equation. A lot of people think that David Lee Roth forgot lyrics all the time. Think about the US Festival of 1983. He was drunk, but he was probably full of cocaine too. Like that dude knew what he was doing. He didn't forget the lyrics. He did that. It was a shtick. He did that all the time because people thought it was funny.
Right.
But he wrote some damn good lyrics. He was broken, hungry on a summer's day. They sent the sheriff down to try to drive us away.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
Well, but you mentioned the whole, I forgot the effing words, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. Who's spraying
things,
water on me?
Yeah. He did stuff like that. So people would talk about it after did you see what he forgot the word? People are telling everybody, their friends the next day that Dave forgot the lyrics, all this crap. It's
They
brilliant.
thought it was great.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like
the other thing,
Kurt just said it. Kurt, you just said it. At the US Festival, he's up front, all stumbling around, doing his little slack jaw grin, and he goes, "Hey pal, if you squirt me with that squirt pistol again, I'm gonna come down there, and I'm gonna bleep your girlfriend, pal. Not beat you up. I'm gonna bang your chick."
Yeah, I'm gonna F your girlfriend. He said that multiple times.
Yeah. Probably didn't get squirted with water at all,
Right. The other thing,
who does that? David Lee Roth did that.
On top of the stick and his performance, Dave was behind what the band wore, the way the stage was laid out, the way they acted in the pre-concert press conference. He directed and produced, a handful of videos. All that stuff was behind David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, consider this. Okay, Kiss fans. Think about Kiss. If you look at a picture of Kiss, their outfit alone will tell you, if they're in concert, it will tell you what year that picture was taken.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Van Halen is 100% the same. Like I can look at a photo of something from 78 or 79 or 80, 81 or 82 and so on and so forth. And you can tell vehemently, without a doubt, that is from that year. How many bands can you say that about? Like, okay, Def Leppard wore British t-shirts for Pyromania. After that, they looked the same all the time. Very few bands do that. That's David Lee Roth that did that. They would wear specific outfits in a bunch of different versions of it for each tour, and then they would retire it, never to be worn again.
Yeah,
I would shit my ass to get a pair of the Oakland, live in Oakland. Hear about it later. So This Is Love.
Yep.
Those red and white pants. I know it sounds pretty stupid.
They sell them.
Well, no, you can. Now I'm talking about David Lee Roth. I'd put him on a mannequin in here and charge admission. Like, the dude's still got him. He's got to.
He can
and
still
probably little bitty tiny Barbie size.
He could still fit in them shits too.
He probably could. That guy.
What else do we have on tap here in the memorabilia department? Because we could talk about this stuff all friggin'
a lot of stuff.
Let me, Johnny, you want to switch it over to my phone?
Sure. And also, really quickly, you guys, again, we're giving away an Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop tonight. So even if you already typed in #win,
Do it
type again because I just activated it.
Okay,
Are you
Johnny,
balling?
while Steve gets ready and figures out what he's going to show us, I'll do a quick roll call with who's in the
Okay.
chat so far. Is that cool?
Yes, please.
All right. So we got Stephen Franklin, Santa Cruz 3600, The Robot Master Switch, Mr.
Hey now.
Mick, Uncle Leo Safko, KXM Rock, Keith Campbell, Joe Hervey 84,
Sean
Jimmy Ray
Mahoney.
Hawkins. What's so funny?
Sean Mahoney. Mahoney from
Jeff T.
Police
We got,
Academy.
What's up?
Never mind. Keep going. You're good.
Mahoney.
Oh, Mahoney. Cobra Kai Platoon. What's up, Cobra
Oh,
Kai?
the man, Cobra Kai Platoon.
We got
Cobra
Corey
Kai.
Bobek,
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Dan of New Jersey, or
Look at
Dan
that.
of NJ, North Jersey, Christopher Live Sawa, Charles Gillen, Ned Dragged, Center Hill Cards, Can't Drive 55, Bo Zeke. What's up, Bo Zeke?
Steve, also, I think you can flip your camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
I think within the camera settings.
All Dave, all night.
There you go.
Andy
think-
Go-Go Comics.
Oh, wait, that might. Now it's dark.
How about now?
WD 5150. Nerd Halen. What's up,
You
kid?
might have to
Really?
jump out and jump back in with the phone for that to work.
Marquee Effects, Megatod 707, Mark Dillon.
Mega
Majestic
yeah, Mega
T and
yeah,
K
Mega
Cat.
Todd,
Laura
yeah.
Taylor.
I'm going to jump out and jump back in.
Okay.
Jeannie says, David Baldinger.
Bald.
I probably butchered that. Arthur Han, and everyone else.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody.
We got a lot of people in here. Nelson Rodriguez.
Jumbio.
Jersey Shore.
Jumbio.
Dan from Jersey Shore, the fist pumper.
Man. I'm having a hard time figuring out how to get this to flip around on the.
Let me see.
That's what he said.
Let me
That-
see.
I'm a huge
Uh,
Office fan, man. I love The Office. That's what she said.
Okay,
Right,
stop
camera.
cam. Enter studio.
I got it. I got it. I have got it.
He's got it.
He's got it.
I love this guy.
All right, I think I'm good, man.
Oh, you got it.
He's got it, everybody.
You got it. Look at that.
All right, so
All right. Turn your camera the other way as well. Flip it long way. There you go.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Don't
All
tell
right,
me what to do.
so-
You're not the boss of me.
let me go out here.
Oh,
Oh my God. Steve, do you need? You want to adopt me?
I'm adoptable too.
Yeah. Wow.
Dang.
oh! Look at the ice. Stay frosty.
Look at those. Look at those blinds, dude. Look at those. Those are nice.
Look at the garbage can in the kitchen. Oh my
Garbage
god.
can.
Marble
nicer than our
countertops. Crown molding for days.
For Dave.
Oh, cool.
Wow, man.
Oh, that's cool.
And these are real deal Holyfield. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Oh,
Hell yeah,
Jordan,
MJ.
get out of here.
His mic is in the other room
All
now.
right, can you hear me now?
Get Jordan out of here.
Let's see. Here,
That's
I'll
never
mute
bad.
your other one. There we go. There we
Yeah, I
go. We
got-
can hear you.
I love the
Yes.
Get out of here, Jay.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
All right, so
Wow.
that is the 1981 Japanese Fair Warning promo poster from Warner Brothers. I've got
Jesus.
3 of them.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, there's three
Yeah,
of
there's-
us.
There's 3 of it. Yeah.
They don't exist.
Uncle Steve.
Here you go.
I love you, Uncle Steve.
Yeah, Uncle Steve. Wow, look at that. Wait, was that a blanket or a pillow on the? Go back.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Look at Dave.
Let me turn down my thing on the computer.
Oh, look at that.
Yoli
Good.
people.
Look at the Japanese fair warning poster.
I can take you. I can take the other one out. There we go.
There we go.
Good.
There
All
you
right. So I never trust autographs unless I get them in person. And I did not get these in person, but they came from the Van Halen camp. I mentioned getting stuff takes trading. And these all came from like my buddy Mike Casas, who runs the Van Halen Collectors Club. He got that in person in South Dakota in 1979. That one came from, that's to Steve. Look, it says to Steve. It's not to me, though. That shit's signed in crayon.
Own that.
Dude, so you changed your name to Steve, right?
I would have if that's what it took. You know, it's funny. I've got another thing signed by David Lee Roth. It's a fan club thing where they didn't have something, and he's like, "Hey man, we didn't have this," and he writes a little paragraph, and it is to a Steve. This is another one of those promotional posters from Japan. I have two of them. That's for 78. Like that's
whoa,
that's so damn rare. You'll never see it. That's Germany.
Nope.
And
I've never
again,
seen
you
that
can
one.
only see about 10% of the shit in here because it's all stacked.
Oh my God! Look at all the buttons.
From a record contract. Got that from Noel. If you'll notice how Michael spells his last name, it isn't Anthony. Sobolewski.
And that's real?
Oh well, yeah, man. I got it. Of course.
Oh my God.
There's nothing in here that's bullshit. I mean, I'd tell you if otherwise. Yeah, I got that from Noel. He had two of them, and I chose that one. Here's something cool. I got that from Noel. That's David Lee Roth's actual pass for the 1979 tour in Japan.
Oh my God.
Here are Noel's actual passes of his own.
Oh wow.
These are
one of a kind, man. Holy crap.
It's loaded with it, guys. When I say it's loaded with it, these backstage passes are kind of like Mickey Mantle cards, man. Like they're they're there's not that many of them. Oh, there's something for you guys. That's
my gun's loaded.
Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's a
Sammy.
Sammy.
Those necklaces, man, that everybody covets.
Oh yeah.
Those are the real ones. Tour itineraries. But this is all. I mean,
You're going way too fast.
Yeah, well, slow down.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. It's all like everything in here stacked. Every tour book, every press kit, every magazine from every city, or not every city, every country, every trinket. This is something that Roth would give out instead of autographs after he had his issue with somebody like trying to break into his house. He'd hand you that. Now, granted, I've never met Roth, but I wouldn't have accepted that. Like, it'd be up to him if we were going to be in the newspaper tomorrow, but I'm going to get my photo with him. So anyway, all right, this right here is unique. A friend of mine, this hung on that red Women and Children First. That's from France. That is a knockoff. In its exact spec, it hung in Eddie and Val's house. It's gigantic, man. And it's the exact spec. My friend Britt Bungerio made it for me as I wanted it so bad and I couldn't find it. So I've got a couple of these. And then I'm sitting in the airport coming home from San Antonio and the real deal pops up from some dude in mint condition from some dude in France. And I've got it, but I refuse to. It's brittle. It's over here.
Oh, what was that?
That's it right there.
Oh, man.
That sign was custom made by my friend
that.
Jeffrey Sprigg. It lights up like the fair warning.
Light it
sign.
up. Light it up.
Light it
guys.
up.
I blew it out last weekend.
Oh, I blew it out.
I've got a fresh one being made. Got the text today. Here's something cool. I got this from Noel. These are printer proofs. These are big. I don't know if you can see. That shows you
alternate versions.
Printer proof right there, right? Well, these autographs on here, I thought they were facsimiles. Now, remember, I got this from Noel. And if you go this is from the tour book. If you go inside the tour book for this, The Eddie Van Halen isn't smudged. It's perfect.
Oh.
These are real autographs.
So
and I didn't even know it when I got them. But you can
That's the
touch them.
Helmut Newton photo
That's
shoot.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So wait
And
a
that's from
second.
the other
So wait a
guy.
second. So in the tour book, they scanned those pictures,
That's
the ones
correct.
that you have for
And the
tour
song
book.
book. The
Song
song
The
book as
book.
well.
reason
whatever.
this is smudged is because it was kept and it's an original. They signed this and then they scanned it. So this got smudged over time after they scanned it. That's what
Wow.
made me think. And if you rub on it, you can feel the lift of the ink. It's nuts. I couldn't believe I came home with that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, this room's filled with all this. Here are all these. You guys will like this. People love these bootlegs, man. And I got
Oh, hell
all
yeah.
of them. Well, no, I don't have all of them. This is a good one. You ever heard the This Is Joe? Where
No.
David Lee Roth tells the story about his buddy Joe. And Joe
Seattle.
is actually a shotgun. It's
Jesus.
awesome. These things are coveted. Here we go. These picture discs. Anyway, I've got every. I know you're going to talk about the new Mophie versions of the Van Halen albums. I'm going to get them too, but I've got all the Japanese pressings. Man, I love Obies. But yeah, I'm going to get all that stuff too. But here, look at this. This is funny.
Dude,
Even
Rob Johnson's we may not see Rob ever again.
Oh, dude, if Rob Johnson ever visited, as soon as he crossed the threshold of that room, he'd fill his boxer shorts up.
Well, we'd have to get a defibrillator out and bring him
Well,
back to
I
life.
kind of did that for years, guys, and I'm just used to it now. Man, there was a time when I wanted this right here so bad, the Texas Jam 78 pass.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
see there's another one there. I've got two more, and I traded one. You have to
Man.
trade to get the rare stuff. You have to trade rare stuff. So what I've always done is
You get multiple.
Trucker's hat from us festival. This is the hoarding part. Like I'll get multiple copies of something so that I can use it as trade bait later. I got all these 78 passes from
That's a
Noel,
good idea, actually.
Yeah, it is.
and they're all from the Black Sabbath tour with them. Laminates. There's tons and tons of these things, and they're the real deals.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that needs to know about that's from 77. Anybody that needs to know about what's a real backstage pass, there's a real easy way to tell. And it's the backing. It's got to be brown prior to, I think, 1980. I think up to 1980, if the backing on the pass isn't browned, then
fake.
it's fake as shit. After that, it's not.
I had one of those.
Yeah, so I've got.
If the back is brown, stay away from it. I've heard that before.
Of these passes,
Oh.
man, hundreds. So anyway,
Oh my
that's
god!
some of
Oh
the shit.
dang! Was that wait? That was a Sammy era camera. I just saw that.
Yeah, I had to have it, man.
Van Halen 3.
Yeah, I had to have it.
Unopened.
There, that was David Lee Roth.
All that stuff's just sitting there on that table.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. I'm telling you, there's so much shit in here. I could do my house is 3,800 square feet. I could do the whole house twice. There's that much shit in here. If I wanted to show it all.
Anything? What's up with that guitar over the acoustic over there? Is that a?
Bought that guitar for our daughter when she was like 14. She's 21 now. She wanted to learn guitar, played with it a few times, and didn't want it anymore. So I'm like, well, shit, I'll keep it. I've been thinking about striping it, but I don't play, man. It's a I don't know, $300 or $400 beginner guitar. I don't know shit about it.
God, I just didn't know if it was signed or anything like that.
Make it into an ice cream man. Dave Sickle.
Somebody just suggested that to me, to put like the stuff all over it from his Dave Sickle changed, right? But it'd be pretty easy to do the first incarnation of that, I think.
Yeah. So Steve, you had a Budweiser beer can in like a coffee mug. Is that beer can anything Van Halen related?
Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's signed by I was in a golf tournament in Cincinnati trying to get sports NFL guys' autographs. Is a Chris Collinsworth thing, and Jimmy Kimmel came through. This back when he had the Man Show. Remember the
okay.
Man Show?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he didn't have his own show. Anyway, he signed it. I'm like, he came through. I'm like, I had a beer there. And my buddy's like, what are you get him to sign? I'm like, down your beer. And you have to wipe the sweat off. And I just had him sign it. Ziggy Zaggy, Jimmy Kimmel.
Dude,
So
that's
I've
thinking.
kept those years. Stupid. Look at these.
When Kimmel
Like,
was actually still a man.
Yeah, that's right.
No
These
way.
This is a novelty type of thing, but these are actual matches
No
from the
way.
promo matches from the 1978 Japanese tour. I had a whole box of them.
Oh,
What?
my God.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you, I'm not.
I'd
doing
actually
this
keep
thing.
those out of that room.
Well, these are all lighters.
Oh,
Right next to
Yeah.
the matches. Perfect.
Yeah, well,
right next to the old beer can.
Oh my
Alcohol
God.
is flammable. Look out.
here, this is cool. Here's something. This is when they released the best of, and the band all signed a specific number of these. It was a very limited number, and then it got canceled, and you couldn't get it anymore. But the ones that they signed were
Really?
still out there, and I
Yeah,
got
the
the
jewel
one
case
that
is
Dave
different.
Roth signed.
Did you ever get the one with the guitar pick inside where you won the Wolfgang guitar?
No, and I got that along with the other signed ones, some of the other signed ones over there from Greg Finney up in Canada. Very
I
good
remember.
friend
I
of
know
mine.
Greg.
Yeah,
I knew him
Greg.
years ago. He had a huge collection himself.
Greg and I are horse traders, man. Like our trades,
What?
we've made 4 or 5 Van Halen trades, and it's Van Halen for Van Halen. And the back and forth before the trade is agreed upon, I think the record is like 7 months before we say, okay, fuck it, it's time to ship. And we've done that.
Get
for
off the
years.
pot.
Always a ship.
Yeah, it's time.
Or
No,
shit.
it's time
99
to ship.
times
It's
out of
time to
99.
ship my
Whatever you
stuff
just
to
said.
You ship my stuff to me.
Oh,
And
I thought it's this time to shit.
Not shit. Ship like the USPS.
Oh.
Ship.
Always a
I gotta
ship.
start using that.
Yeah.
I gotta start using that.
And I got to tell you, the first time Greg and I traded, I got his package right away, and he's sending me rare shit. So was I. I was sending him the same. And his got caught up in customs and got lost, and it took 6 months for him to get it. And we're really close, man. I talk to that guy every day.
But at the time, were you guys like friendly?
Oh yeah. Like I was going down to the UPS. I sent it UPS. I'm like, well, WTF, man? My boy's up here waiting for this.
Okay, I was gonna say if it was like if you guys really didn't know each other back then, he's probably like, this son of a bitch whipped me off, man.
Oh no, I had all the tracking. I could prove it all, man. Like
Gotcha.
I've got a great reputation. If there's anything I am, I'm very honest. So
Steve?
that was never an issue. Look at this. Just saw that. There's so many of these that you're not seeing. These
Oh my
backstage passes. Van Halen in Texas. That was actually from Illinois. Texas was a band.
That's cool.
So that was
Wow.
1978.
So
Anyway, just,
You
Can
have
we
a
see those
treasure
pins?
trove.
Can we see
You have
those
a treasure
pins
trove
again?
here.
Those
yeah.
buttons?
Yeah.
I used to have a huge collection of those myself.
Well, look at the belt buckles.
Oh my God.
Texas
I'll
belt
wear those
buckle.
to church.
That's
So,
not all the
Steve-
belt buckles. Hang on. There's more over here.
All
Are
right,
you,
so
you're wearing one right now, right?
what are
Well,
we giving away tonight?
I don't have any pants on, but I am wearing a belt with one of the belt buckles.
Steve, you know we do a lot of Van Halen giveaways.
Look at all those. So, Steve, if you could estimate, I know you got a cornucopia of stuff here, a fruit horn full. What would you say you have the most era of out of,
Well, Roth.
the six pack?
Well-
No, I mean like,
Oh, of
78,
78 to
79.
84.
yeah, like, what do you have the
Oh,
most
look at
of
that.
each?
Is that a real one?
Yep, that's a
Of
real
course,
one.
of course. Wait, of course it is. It's Steve's.
And then
Well, he
this
told me
one
it's not
is
fake.
a one that my friend Mike Casas made. It's beautiful and it's shiny and it's awesome, but it's not the original. This is the original.
Oh, there we go.
I got it from a member of it was one of the roadies or something. He was on the tour from '84. This is also a tour shirt.
Johnny, you got to clip this whole
Really?
section and send it to Kevin
Oh, yeah.
Dugan and see what he says.
Oh yeah. I'm good friends with Kevin Dugan, man. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
you
We
would
can.
know.
Yeah.
These are all passes from
Let's
78.
timestamp. What is this? 114. Yeah. Yeah. Kevin will definitely see this video tonight, Steve.
Well, show him, man. I love it. It's a lot of fun to share this with people who, give a shit, because most people come over to unless they're my good buddies that are old, like they'll walk in and go, man, is this guy a freaking psycho about Van Halen? Like, yeah, I'm a psycho about
Yeah.
Van Halen. You want to see it? Depends on how many rums I've had. But it just, I'm just used to it now. Everybody in the neighborhood where I live knows me as the Ohio State guy and the Van Halen guy. And
Mhm.
I will play this shit loud as bombs. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
switch
goodness.
back over, okay?
We got you.
Steve, man, that is that's impressive, dude.
Have you seen counseling?
Have you seen your insurance?
It's insured.
I was gonna say, yeah.
We had Boner Jams on here a few minutes ago. He's probably frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine, close friend, who comes on here with us to do a metal show, and he's a State Farm agent up in Connecticut. Has his own State Farm agency. So he's probably seething like, ooh.
So, Steve, I asked you earlier, is there a typical year that you think you have the most memorabilia of, or is it even Steven across the board, or is there a year that you prefer over the rest that you have the most of? Do you know?
I think 79 through 81 is my favorite, and it's probably the most abundant of what I own. But when I say this, don't take it the wrong way. Like if it had Van Halen on it between 78 through 84, there's a 99.9999% chance that it's in this room. Like when I say this, you're only seeing 10% of this shit, man. Like it is stacked. Everything you see in here, except for the shit on the walls.
Thank you, Sherman Keller.
There's 10 or 20 behind it.
And Noel Monk, he loved the promotion. Like that was his,
Totally.
one of his.
He was the
strong-
architect of that, man. If you read his book, Backstage Pass, he's the one that got these guys rich too. Like they had a horrible contract in 78, and he got them out of it. And there's a great story in that book
Sand
of
in
how
the
he
eyes.
did. And that's true. And it's been, the bandmates will also say that.
Sand in the eyes, he called it. Throwing sand in their eyes.
Yeah. He literally said, if we hassle Warner Brothers every single day about something every single day, they will get so freaking sick of hearing the words Van Halen that they'll not pay attention to when the contract is about ready to expire. And he did that successfully, so.
Did you know the story, Jay?
No.
Yeah, so they had this shitty contract, like Steve's saying, but it had a automatic rollover clause, or no rollover clause.
Right.
So if they let the contract lapse before they renewed it, they were in the driver's seat as far as the new contract goes. So
so they kind of
6 months before the contract was over,
they were kind of like, hey, look over here while we're
right.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah,
look
he
over.
was asking for accounting records, phone records, travel itinerary. Every day they were calling the office asking for something. He's like, it'll get to the point where they won't even answer the phone when we call, and they'll push us to the side because they're so sick of us.
That's exactly what happened, and it worked. Noel went. He did that. Well, not that, but he managed the Sex Pistols, and he was involved. A lot of people don't know this, man. He was involved with all the way back to Janis Joplin, the Stones, the Grateful Dead. Like, he was involved with all these. So he was a well-traveled manager. And when he took over Van Halen, imagine those four guys. Imagine David Lee Roth in 1978 on a gram of cocaine after. That guy would just be a handful, and he kept that. He had a straitjacket on one time. I mean, that's a true story.
So Steve, I know this might be an impossible question, but if there was one item that no matter what you would not part with, I mean, you have, I don't know how many things you got in that room, but if there was one item that you would, no matter what, you wouldn't sell it for any amount of money, you wouldn't trade it for anything, Do you have that item, or is it just it's too confusing to even think about?
Frankly, it's too confusing to think about. Like there's too many. But I will
Let's pick
say
one.
this.
One of the many things that you wouldn't part with.
All right, that poster back there that's mounted that was in Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That hung in Noel's office in Warner Brothers, and it was the very first time they headlined in 1978 without Black Sabbath or Journey or whatever in a major place. Like they may have headlined in some bar or whatever, but not the Rainbow Theater as a very first time. Like that is really cool. But to answer you guys were one of you were poo-pooing the Michael Jordan jersey. That's signed. I lost my job. Like it happens. I lost it 3 years ago and I'm doing great now. But after that happened, I went 4 months without I went idle, and I'd never been idle more than 4 minutes in my life, much less 4 months. So I sold a few things, nothing Van Halen, but I sold some helmets and I sold that Jordan jersey on the premise that I sold to a good friend that I could get it back for what I paid for it, for what I sold it to him for. And I just got that back like a month ago. So that just proves I'll sell it. If my family needs the money, I'll sell it. It's like my family's worth way more than all this shit.
Yeah,
Love it.
I'm with you. Now, it definitely wasn't me. As I told you earlier, I was born in Illinois, so obviously I'm a Bulls fan. Well,
I knew it wasn't you, brother.
Yeah,
it wasn't me either.
No.
The process of elimination.
Flat ass.
And Johnny probably doesn't even know who Michael Jordan is. So
I've never heard of him.
It was Kurt.
Yeah,
Oh!
it was you, son of a.
I'm a Portland Trailblazer.
There you go. Poor Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Oh, he's awesome, man.
Yeah, until Jordan took him to the cleaners.
Until Jordan did.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
That's
You're
why I
just
don't like
mad
Jay.
Fuck shit.
Hey, if that's the reason you don't like me, I'm cool with it.
Well, dude.
Well, did I do a good job showing this? Is this what you think your fans would wanted to see?
Well, I mean, we still want to see the bathroom, but
We have
like
110 something people watching right now.
There's 100 people sitting here watching this.
Yeah, and
Oh,
people in
awesome.
the chat, go ahead and feel free to ask Steve if he has, this or that, or
Ask me if I have any. Ask me if I have any particular item from that era.
Or Steve, what are you looking for? Because you never know who's watching this. They might have something.
So
And Cobra Kai, real quick, he asked, "What's the earliest piece of memorabilia?" He does have something from '77. You showed it. Was it a backstage pass?
I have a backstage pass from either 76 or 77 before they were signed. I've got a couple tickets to. I've got their flyers, the real ones, not knockoffs, from backyard parties and all that. I probably have 20 of those.
I saw one of them. Yeah,
I think there's one of them in here, but there's like a whole folder with, I don't know, 20 of them. And again, they're real, but aren't those all a copy? Even if they were made as a copy in 1975, aren't they all still just a copy? But
Right.
they are originals.
But an original copy.
Yeah, it's an original copy. Yeah, I've got shit like that. I've got authentic photos going all the way back to 74, 75, and not little ones, but like blown up, like with the old logo. Hold on, I gotta show you this. This is really cool.
When are we going to be hosting tours and stuff like that?
When can we sleep over?
Yeah.
Check out the old logo. Right, that's it's Mark's
Thank God they
logo.
changed it, huh?
And then within this, a bunch of us on the Van Halen collectors page went in and got this. We bought, this guy was selling all this shit on eBay, and it was a lot of money.
I remember this.
So yeah,
I remember seeing this. Yeah.
it's the real deal. So we all went in on it and split it. And then the guy that kind of did all this, he made this set for us. Very, it's really cool, man.
Those photos.
They're photos, yeah, but they're. I mean, look at Mikey there. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Look at Dave.
Wow. So what year is that?
Brown hair.
I don't know for sure. I think 74. maybe 75. Mike was with them, so it couldn't have been 74, but they still had, like, there's the old logo.
Yeah.
It's Alex.
Wow.
Mhm.
And this one doesn't look anything. It doesn't really look like Ed. If you look at his face.
Oh,
Kind of.
That one's been going around where people weren't sure if that was him or if it was Photoshop.
It's him.
But
No, that's him. I can see it.
You know, so anyway, I got a bunch of stuff like this. I've got a bunch of stuff that I got from photographers. Like there's several guys that photographed Van Halen then that have been so kind to me due to Facebook. Really, you know, a lot of people think, you know, Facebook's evil and shitty, and it is, but it's also awesome. You know, because
I love Facebook.
I do too, man. You get.
I'm
to
never
meet
quitting
people.
Facebook ever.
Me neither, and that's how I met Noel. I'm friends with all these photographers that were original photographers, and I've helped them sell prints because people will follow me about Van Halen, and anyway, I got loads and loads and loads of that shit. You're just not seeing it here, and I just thank all those guys, and I'm very grateful to call them friends, man.
So who's planning a trip to Texas first? Johnny, Kurt, me.
Well, I could tell you, man. We have 4 kids. My wife had 3, and I had 1. And when we joined together, we were like the Brady Bunch,
like
right?
Van Halen, man.
Yeah, and
yeah.
And so they've all 2 have graduated college, and the other 2 graduated high school 2 years ago. So we're empty nesters. We got three extra bedrooms.
A Johnny Beane road trip. Let's
come on with it, baby.
Let's do it.
And you guys got great food there too.
You can make pancakes for us in the morning.
We got Tex-Mex and anything
Applebee's.
else you can think of that's tasty.
Man.
So, Steve, Caleb Rappaport, lead guitarist for Nerd Halen. I'm sure you've heard of them. They're kind of a big deal. He asked if you have Kevin Dugan's information or if you've ever talked to him.
I have not, and I'd love to. I'm often asked if I'm related to Greg Emerson, and I'm not. I would love to be connected up. I'm super, super friendly. What you see is what you get. I'm not going to ask you for shit. But I'm like a 13. I've been 13 for 38 years, man. You know, so I kind of have that mentality through life. Now I'm serious with business and I do well with all that, but outside of work, I'm just very, very friendly and happy-go-lucky, and I wouldn't be any other way. So if that were to come to pass, or even any of the remaining band members, I'd love if they saw this. It just, I don't know, it makes my day.
Awesome. And then you spent 4 days with Noel Monk, right?
Yeah, sure did. It was cool.
What was that like? Tell us about that.
All right, so there is he had a house in Colorado Springs, him and Jan, and I stayed down in the basement, and the basement is where the Willy Wonka Van Halen land was. So I slept among it. He had a house or a bed and a lazy boy and a TV and everything down there, and I slept among the little sleep that I did get, because I would stay up and look at all this shit, right? Making a list of what I'm going to ask Noel for.
You slept?
Wonder if he'll part with this, you know. But there were I saw some things there, guys, and I don't want to go into great vivid detail, but I saw some things there, particularly on the television set that he had.
I was going to ask you that in the green room, so
it exists. It exists.
Wow.
And a lot of it.
Jay, I'll tell you later.
I will say this. I'll debunk this. For years, including me, those 3 videos, MTV, Oakland, Van Halen, Hear About It Later, So This Is Love, and Unchained, you know, it looks like there's a whole show there, right? You know, how could there not be? I can confirm 100% that there was not. It was just those 3, even though they were set up.
Said. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just those 3, man. I can confirm that. Now, is there a whole shit ton of other stuff from 78 all the way to 84, like full concerts, pro shot, soundboard recording? You bet there is. And I saw a bunch of it, man. And it was Noel had those, and he paid to have those done back then. So he couldn't go sell them. Like Noel sold his collection 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm the one that hooked him up with Jacques Van Gool with Backstage Auctions that I got to know just vetting him before introducing him to Noel. Then Noel and I had a kind of a breaking up, if you will. I'll just leave it at that. And I couldn't afford to buy those shows, and Noel didn't sell them. And I don't know what's going on with those, but I know that there's copyright. There's all kinds of shit there, right? But I will say this: they exist. There is. I don't know if we'll ever see them in our lifetime, but there are. Like, if you want to see the Rolling Stones, you can just go get on Amazon, and there's 45 different DVD format Rolling Stone concerts you can see going back from 65 to last year. There's nothing for Van Halen. There's Live Without a Net and the other one with Sammy. That's it. Well, it's, for whatever reason, they never released all that, and I don't know the mystery behind that, but I can say that shit exists. And I'm a very honest person. I could have recorded some of these, but I didn't. I watched, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 hours worth, though, just with my blog on.
Wait a minute. Did you watch full shows?
Well, let me put it this way. I watched them long enough where I thought, my God, that one was badass. Let me look at what this 1980 is. Or
wait a minute.
This
and also, you slept?
Yeah, I had to sleep a little, but yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's
between
real.
songs. Between songs.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No. I wasn't.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I wasn't even drinking beer, man. I was just like, wow. It's why I called it Willy Wonka. But yeah, it's that there is something that exists. So I can tell you that I've seen it. Oakland show, just those three.
Mm.
And there's other stuff that I don't really want to get into, but yeah, I don't mind telling your audience. I don't know who cares.
Everybody, we got over 100 and what, 15, 14?
114 here.
Well,
we love this stuff, man.
I'm just saying it does exist, and I wouldn't care if Noel was on here right now, because I'm not saying anything wrong.
Well, you're not showing anything.
Yeah,
you know
I'm not doing anything other than just giving you my experience, and that was like 6 years ago or so.
So have you been interested, or are you interested in maybe possibly getting one of those like 2000 what years did Eddie sign the guitars and have, like, you know, striped them himself? And
2007
2007 tour. If you thought about maybe getting one of those, or tried to get them or anything?
I've often thought about, like, I wouldn't know how to turn the faucet off, guys. Like, you showed me your guitars before we got started here, and you know, if I had a Bumblebee, I'd be like, oh my God, this thing is freaking awesome. And then I'd have to have a Frankie replica, and then I'd have to have all the different versions of that. Like, I don't know how to turn the faucet off, so it's probably best that I don't.
Well, I'm just saying, one of the ones that Eddie actually played live for like a song on that tour or whatever. I didn't know if you had one, or
we know guys who have those.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, bud, man, I went to Lamar High School in Arlington, and Dimebag Darrell of Pantera went to Arlington High. So I grew up watching Pantera when they sounded like Van Halen, and they'd play in little rat hole places that I'm proud to have went to around Arlington and Dallas. And as you know, the Bumblebee was buried with Dimebag. Yeah. And I was in Columbus, and I worked there at the time. I wasn't at the Damage Plan show, but I was there the night he got killed by that wacko. You got to be some kind of fan for Eddie to give you and bury you with the Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Wow.
Man.
So Noel, I think in 85, we'll call it, when he quote unquote got fired, or I guess left the band. I think he pretty much just took everything. I think Eddie, Alex, and Michael, I think they just walked away, and that Noel just kept all that stuff, right?
Well, you talking about memorabilia stuff?
Yeah, like his office.
Well, Noel, it was very apparent to me that Noel, when I went to his home, was very much like I am. like he had, he didn't just have one badass thing. He'd have like 10 different copies of it, but he's the only one that had them.
Yeah.
Like that poster in the back that I showed you, he had that shipped back special on the plane, and he told me there's a story behind all this shit from Noel, and it was captivating. The guy was truly remarkable to hear his stories and all that. I would say it was like putting a quarter in his jukebox. Once you put that in there, and it wasn't easy to get him to talk about it, but once you got him talking about it, man, I could listen to that guy for hours. He's very, very interesting.
He does great interviews.
Yeah, man, Noel's a great guy, and I've since made up with him. We're just not chummy anymore, and I don't really want to talk about all that. But
sure.
But yeah, Noel, I wouldn't have a lot of this stuff if it weren't for Noel and his beautiful wife Jan.
Did you see any of the platinum records?
He had them all in his office. I don't think he sold any of those. I've got a picture of me like with my arm around Noel, and he's in like his captain's chair, and you can see all the gold platinum records.
That's amazing.
Like, it was overwhelming, dude. Like, to see, you think this is crazy. Like, I probably have more Van Halen shit than Noel did, but like his was like legit. He was their manager, right? Yeah. Like, I had to acquire this. He was given it because he was the manager of Van Halen.
So great.
Incredible. All right, Jay, he's all yours.
No, well, hey, Johnny's here too, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I've only got one drink in me too. So
go get another one.
Grab another one, man.
And everything. I could talk.
Grab some Cabo Wabo, dude.
I already got my second, Steve. You're behind.
All right, you guys yak a minute. I'm going to go hit the head.
Yes. All right.
Right on. Oh my gosh. Now we can really we can zoom in and look at some of this stuff. Oh my gosh. Look
we need the fishbowl cam so we get the panoramic.
Johnny, Steve.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And also, yes, we got 121 here. Oh yeah, we're going way past 7:30, you guys. Hashtag win in the chat. We're giving away an Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop. So you still have a chance.
What of Steve's are we giving away tonight? Let's pick something to give away.
What do you guys want in the chat?
God, I'd like to wear that belt buckle to bed with nothing else on.
Yeah.
Did you see the cardboard cutout of DLR with the cup holding it up?
Yeah.
With no shirt on? I mean, that's cool.
Yep.
I'd put that in my living room.
What you do is you just cut a hole in his crotch and you stand behind it naked. You know?
Yeah, pull here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Laz, I saw you in the chat earlier, man. Our friend Music Therapy Laz, that's his real name. He's headed to the Mammoth show tonight. So Laz, if you want to go live at all from the show, I should actually be saying that in the chat here. Hey, if you want to go live, let me know. I'll send you a link.
Crazy stories.
So maybe we'll see Wolfgang tonight at the Mammoth show. And yeah, we were going to talk about, I mean, there's so much other stuff, but some of that we can, like I said, we can keep going. Some of that, I mean, there's tons of stuff here. But a lot of this will carry over to tomorrow night as well.
I think if Steve can gloat talking about his stuff, let him. I mean, it's awesome.
There he is.
Yeah.
Steve,
yeah, you came back.
Man.
We were afraid you were going to leave us.
No, man. I'm here.
We were afraid you were going to go to the kiss room.
Well, Steve, I hope you don't mind. We've given away one of your items while you were gone.
Yeah, that Van Halen poster in the corner, the one you said that wasn't worth anything.
We have an address for that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that the shipping department will be able to get it to you. I just checked with my people, and they checked with their people, and I think it's with everything in Ukraine and everything else. I don't think in the container crisis, I don't think we can get it out.
They're grounded.
Man,
you're safe, Steve.
Let's see.
Hey, here's a few. I got a few cool Sammy memories I can tell you about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went to the Texas Jam. I went to when I moved back to Dallas in '85. I was 15 years old, and I've got a photo from the stage during Ted Nugent. I'm in the Ted Nugent fan club on
Terrible
Facebook, and I'm in the DFW airport going to Chicago one morning at 7:30, and I read the post that says taken from the stage during Ted Nugent 1985, and I thought, well, I was up next to the stage during Ted Nugent in 1985. I'll never forget it. Now I'm tall, I'm 6'3", and I look at it and I zoom in, and dude, there I am. Like I stick out like a sore thumb. It's like my little Woodstock. I found Waldo
Oh my
in this sea of people. It's such a cool thing. Well, I went to 85, 86, 87, and 88. And I think 87 was Van Halen. And they had they couldn't finish. There's an issue with them. And Sammy famously said, we'll come back and play for free. And he did.
Yep.
So I was there. And then they played in downtown Dallas, West End Marketplace. I jimmied up a like a light pole in the corner, as I remember it. And anyway, that was a great show. And you could not. I mean, it was electricity out the ass. Van Halen was the biggest band in the world, and they were like playing.
You were at the downtown show?
Yeah, I was there. Of course I was. Yeah, I had to leave work early. I mean, that was in Dallas, man. I lived in Arlington, which is just right down the road from Dallas. Yeah, I had to leave work early and actually get sick so that I could boogie up to the West End in downtown Dallas. Me and two other sales reps at the same place were like,
Cobra Kai, leave that one alone.
Had bad lunch or whatever, and boom, got a sixer and headed there,
the
man.
First three cases of the C word.
Can you see yourself in any of those videos? Because there's a few videos from that Texas free show.
I've seen the videos. I've got a DVD of it. No, I can't. The maybe a more iconic one that I saw. They had that Monday. It was a Monday night occurrence. They would have a free concert in downtown Dallas, and sometimes it's something crazy awesome like what we just talked about, and sometimes it's like the Hooters or something like that. Something cool, like but you're not going to write home about it.
I worked with the guitar player from the Hooters.
I love the Hooters, but you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be talking about that 30 years later. Well, I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan there too, right before
Thank you, Symmetry.
he passed away. So Stevie Ray Vaughan, Van Halen, definitely the two biggies I saw there out of maybe 20 or 30.
Man.
I love it, man. In our closet, my wife, she just numb to this now. I probably have 500 concert T-shirts, and that doesn't include the ones that I gave away back in the day, like because they would fit a Ken doll now, right? I wish I had them all still, but like I work from home. My if it's summertime, flip flops, cargo shorts, and usually a concert shirt, and that's what I wear until I get on the Zoom call, and I put on something nice.
There you zip it
But
up.
I'll have flip flops and cargo shorts. Like it's great, man, to be
We're
alive.
cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, it's great.
Seriously.
Like I do not miss putting on Kohans and dress slacks and a sport coat and all. That's for the birds. I'm too old for that shit now.
Yeah, those days are over. So, Steve, how many times did you see him live?
Okay, so I never saw Van Halen with David Lee Roth up until they reformed in 2007. Okay. I had front row tickets to see him in Oklahoma City in 1984, and then my parents got divorced, and that fucked it all up. And I had to move to Amarillo for a year or whatever, and I came back to Dallas. So I didn't get to ever see him then. Saw him with Sammy every tour, sometimes 2 or 3 times. So
Hell yeah.
I would say I saw him with Hagar 8 or 9, 10 times. And then when they reformed in 2007, I lived in Cincinnati. I got second row, lower balcony at the arena there in Cincinnati. Really good center seats. But I knew the dude that worked the security on the floor, and he moved me all the way up to, I don't know, 17th row. And not Cool in the Gang. Whoever was opening up was still playing. And he comes up to me, and I have my stepson with me. I think it might have been Cool in the Gang. He
Yeah,
comes
it
up and
was.
he goes, dude, I can get you front row. And they had those, that big loop that went out into the audience, kind of like U2's stage. And I got all the way up to front row for the opening all the way to the end.
Damn.
And like, I didn't have, you know, it's kind of those things. You don't have a beer. You don't want to have to piss. You're worried if you do, you won't get back to where you were. So I got to, you know, I high-fived him, and it was amazing. Then I saw him probably 10 times between then and the most recent time.
Wow.
Wow. Do you have the police record from Cincinnati when Dave got arrested for telling everyone to smoke weed or whatever the hell he said?
Well, I know the whole story, of course, but no, I don't own the police record. You know, had I
strings, get that baby,
dude, had I thought about that when I lived up there, I'm not kidding here. I might have tried to acquire that, because who would have that? Like a psychopath would have that. My buddy Greg Finney has a, you guys know him, so I'm going to bring him up again. He has an X-ray of Eddie's hand. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, who's got that? One person.
Yeah. How the hell?
Yeah,
from 82.
It is from 82.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's got it. That dude's got some one of a kind stuff. He'd always say, "Hey man, you want this X-ray?" I'm like, "No, dude, I don't want the X-ray. It's not going to look cool on the wall."
Man.
But you know, that's kind of the level, you know, collectors go to sometimes. Pretty weird. I'd rather have a police report from Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you. Pull some strings. You gotta know some people.
It's probably
You got to make some calls. You got to call some people. Man. Oh, Leo Safko wants the X-ray.
You don't want the X-ray, man. It costs too damn much money. Probably.
Johnny, what did Eddie's old license go for? I know that was on the
one of those
block
auctions
for a while.
John Biel, what was it?
It had to be over 1,000.
Yeah.
Noel had he had David Lee Roth's license, and he couldn't find it while I was there. It had fallen between a desk where I would have gotten that.
Is Lee his actual middle name?
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, Get Your Bite asks, says, Steve, do you remember Hastings Records on Cooper Street selling concert tickets back in the day?
Holy shit. Hastings Records was the shit, man.
Awesome.
Also on Cooper Street was Pipe Dreams, which was a head shop and a record store, and they had the best posters. Cooper Street in Arlington, Texas was kind of like the movie Dazed and Confused, where they cruise and you just drive 2 miles an hour hanging outside your car, jamming Van Halen or whatever, drinking beer. Cops pull you over. Your big punishment is you have to pour out all your beer that you worked all week to buy. It was cheap, shitty beer anyway. You didn't get DUIs. Yes, I remember Hastings and Pipe Dreams and all that. You kidding me? I just got a boner. Play the boner thing.
Steve, Get Your Bite says, Steve, I'm your age and I was right there with you. I live in Arlington. So you guys probably crossed paths when you were younger.
Wow.
You know,
so
don't even know it.
He asked, do you have a Hide Your Sheep tour or pass? I've got a Hide Your Sheep like jersey t-shirt.
You have hidden sheep in there?
Well, I do, you know, bang one sheep, they call you a sheep banger, and I don't know that that's really cool, but Arlington and Cooper Street, that is where the men were men and the sheep were nervous. But yeah, the Hide Your Sheep tour, that is the 1982 tour, right? It's the Lions, you know. Yes, I've got every color pass. Van Halen had usually 10 different variations of their pass in colors only. So for the Hide Your Sheep, they had a lion's head, and they had yellow, brown, green, teal, and all that. And then that one was for backstage, and they had another version that was after show, and it showed the lion's tail. I went crazy, and it took me 20 years to get them all. But yes, I have every color and every variation backstage and after show. And yes, I'm a psychopath, but there's very few people that have all those.
Wow, man.
My Greg Finney calls me Colors. Hey, colors. And now he does it too. So it's funny. So you can't just have the yellow one. You got to have the blue one and the black one and the red one and the orange one.
I see the posts on Facebook.
Yeah, it's outrageous, man. It's outrageous.
Yeah,
Kurt, it's an addiction. They're like baseball cards.
Yeah.
I was about to say, were you a big baseball card collector when you were a kid?
That's in the room.
Got a massive collection. They're in my closet. If you come and spent the night with me, I always explain my house. It's like a 13-year-old got money.
Well, if I ever go to Texas again, I will. I'll be just hello.
You love it, man. It's if you're 13 years old or 14 and you like the shit we like, you like it. So
I'm sleeping in that room, by the way. If I come in, I'm sleeping right on the floor.
Put Visqueen over everything.
We can hook you up. Just keep your
pants on.
Yeah.
Don't stick up those magazines.
I gotta keep the value up of this stuff in here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Steve, any concert picks, like guitar picks?
Yeah, that's a great question, dude. So I met a guy. I've never gotten one personally, but I do have multiples of Edward from 1980, 1981, and 82. And the ones that I started out with, I had 7 of them from 1982 in Cincinnati, and they're the black one.
And there's 3 of us.
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh my gosh!
You gotta get them.
God!
Hang on.
This could go till the New Zealand New Year. This show.
Oh man!
So I had 7 of these, and these were used not from a box, but they were used in Cincinnati, and I got them from a collector. And I have 2 remaining. Remember when I said that you have to have rare shit to get rare shit?
Hashtag win in the chat. No, I'm joking.
Well, I traded 5 of these over the years. But
Rare
I kept
stuff?
2.
I have guitar picks with my name on them. Those are rare.
Oh, no, those are used, brother. They even have the grooves in them.
Very rare. Johnny's the only one that has them.
This one I got from Greg Finney. I don't really collect picks, but this one, check this one out.
Oh my gosh!
It's got the black signature and the white logo.
The white.
It's quite rare.
Yeah.
I just saw it's some Michael Anthony one.
Dude,
I had a bunch of them. I traded a bunch. I don't really collect picks. Now, when I went to the Kiss show most recently, I was front row, and I was knocking people over to get frickin' picks. Gene Simmons was right there. I got like a ton of those picks.
He charges you though.
No, I was picking them up off the floor, hoping he'd spit blood on me.
He was picking them up too.
Yo, Johnny, highlight Jeannie's comment if you could.
That one?
Yeah, hashtag win Steve shit.
Win Steve shit.
That's my awesome wife, Steve. If I had that much Van Halen stuff, she would be cool with me decorating a room like that too. So
she would be cool with you giving it away too.
No. Well, yeah, she wouldn't.
Well, I'm not like Terry Bradshaw on Fox NFL. Win Terry Bradshaw's money.
Yeah, it's his money.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
That is great stuff, man.
Wow. Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed discussing this, man. You can ask me whatever you want. You guys are really cool. This has been a lot of fun.
We know that. Come on. We got 100 and some odd people watching us, right?
Hey, I'm friends with Johnny on Facebook, but I need to hook up with you guys as well.
Add Jay on Facebook.
I deleted Facebook.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, you did? You had enough of that bullshit? It's a cesspool, isn't it?
Well, it's just, I don't want to get into a long thing about it, but I felt like it had just been one of those things where I'm just checking it to check it and taking up too much time. I have 2 young kids.
I understand, man.
And a wife and stuff. So I'm like, let me just pay attention to what's happening in my house.
I deactivate mine at least twice a year and stay off it for a little bit. My
Yeah.
friends are like, "Oh, you'll never last." I'm like, "Well, how long do I need to last? You wouldn't last a week. Last a week easy,
8
but I'm
days.
over there really cringing,
8 days, yeah.
just doing it just to win."
Well, do you have Instagram or anything, or
Yeah, I've got an Instagram. I've got a Twitter, and
all right, well,
TikTok?
I'll follow you on Instagram. How about
I'm not on TikTok.
Me neither.
But I don't ever get on Instagram or Twitter.
See,
I'm on
Instagram would be
Facebook
cool
all the time.
if you took it'd probably take you forever to do it, but if you kind of took a picture of all
one
your
picture a day.
picture a day.
Steve, when you were hanging out with Noel Monk, I know he was big into the t-shirt business. Van Halen had that t-shirt company. And did he have any unreleased t-shirts or any bootlegs that they took from the bootlegger?
That's a great question. He had boxes and boxes and boxes of
oh my gosh.
Original, and I didn't go through them, guys. Now I've got, I don't know, I probably have 100 Van Halen t-shirts ish, somewhere in there, 75 to 100. I did not go through it, and it's because there's only so much time, and if I had it to do over again, I might have went through them. But yeah, he had boxes upon and I don't mean little boxes. I mean like big boxes, like t-shirts would come in, and they were filled with original tour shirts, all sizes and all that, all the variations. They were also filled with, which I've got a shitload of those, but they cost so much money now. But he also had a shitload of the parking lot bandit shirts that he confiscated.
Yeah, the bootlegs.
Shitloads of them, and they're mint condition, brand new. His daughter is a sweetheart. Like she would wear them to sleep in and stuff. Like there's so many Van Halen shirts in that house, it was ridiculous. But no, I did not come home with any. I've not gotten one of my t-shirts from him, but I've got some really, really rare ones. But nothing would be rare to Noel. Like he confiscated them, man. Like he'd go beat the shit out of these guys in the parking lot, with the.
Oh man,
this is cool. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
They would literally chase the people down in the parking lot, the bootleggers.
Hang on, Laz.
Beat them up.
Laz, can you hear me?
Take their shirt.
Hang on,
He
Laz.
would donate the shirt to Goodwill.
So I didn't get the security piece. There's another piece that goes underneath it, but Noel and his security guys, his detail, probably 5 or 6 bigger guys, they had this on their jacket, and then it said security underneath it. This is for 1984. It's just a patch, but this is only from, I've seen a few other people that have had these, and they got them from Noel. Wow. Like, this is only from Noel. You couldn't buy this or whatever. But anyway, these guys would go around. You see he's like, yeah, they go kick your ass, man. They go confiscate all this shit because those people were basically stealing money. That's how he looked at it, from him and the band, right?
Yeah.
Yep. He would put the security guys in all black, give them a nightstick and a flashlight and handcuffs, and they looked like freaking security.
They were a tough group.
Yep. Cool stuff. Yeah, you got to pick your avenue, whether it's t-shirts, picks, bootlegs, posters. You have about 80% of the market right there.
The only thing I don't collect are the guitars. And that's why when you asked me earlier, it's like, oh my God, if you haven't noticed, when I go down a rabbit hole, man, I keep digging until I get to China. And it's kind of better that I don't collect the guitars because I wouldn't know how to turn that faucet off. Yeah. And they're expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially now, man, it's out of control with a lot of the prices on these things.
It only takes one for me, man, and then it's over. Like, I can't just have the...
You can't just have one.
Yeah.
I'll send you one.
The same way. Look behind you. I mean, you got my blood and you got my genes, man. You got
I'm wearing them.
Genes.
I'm wearing them. We share the same genes.
That's right. Well, Levi 501 or Lucky Brand.
Remember those 501s, the button fly?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
My dad still wears them. 32, 32.
I wear the
Short
Lucky
pants.
brands where you zip it down and it says, "Aren't you lucky?" Those
Oh,
were
yeah.
pretty trendy 15 years ago. Now they're dad jeans.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Man.
You guys sick of me yet?
No, I mean,
No, Laz, can you hear me?
uh-oh.
Laz, our friend Laz, he's in line at the Mammoth Show right now, waiting to get in.
Wait a
Here's a
second.
lot.
So he's just in line. What's
Yeah.
the point? What's the point of going to him if he's just in a line at the show?
Did you guys see the video of Woofy, his guitar strap breaking?
Yeah.
And incredible.
Yeah.
We
Play
were
the
gonna talk
boner
about it.
thing. Play the boner thing. Boing.
Yeah, we were gonna show some pictures of that tonight. If we had
Unbelievable.
time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he must have heard you because he just left.
Well, he'll be at House of Blues here in Dallas not too long from now. I need to go check the dates again, but that's one great thing about House of Blues. Get there early, and you weigh more than 95 pounds, you can get right up to the front of the stage, and you can just stay there. So
Yeah,
I'll be right underneath the Wolfman when he's here. I saw him open for Guns N' Roses, but I had nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
He was great though. Great.
Well, let's talk about that real quick because we've been talking about how it looks like he's got a brand new guitar. Here's a picture of it right here. Looks like it's possibly a signature guitar. And actually, there is a video. Is that it? Oh, there it is. Oh, Nightbot has it. Thank you, Nightbot. There is a video where I talked about the guitar, but we have a couple new photos. So there's a photo of the headstock. So it looks like the truss rod says SA126. People were wondering what the headstock said. And then the
Semi-acoustic,
it looks
right?
Semi-acoustic. Mm-hmm.
With
And
Ed's birthday.
Oh, I thought it was Steve Anderson.
Steve.
Steve Anderson with Ed's birthday.
Yeah.
But it looks like the guitar is also a bolt-on, which Kurt the other day we were saying it might be a set neck, but no, it's a
and
bolt-on.
unfinished,
So that's
unfinished
cool.
neck, which is unique to a semi hollow body, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing these guitars.
Dave, what's your thought on that?
Well, I was gonna say, you know what this is doing? I see Steve's eyes. He's like, shit, I'm gonna start buying guitars now. You sons of bitches.
It's always a new quest, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean it when I say if I got one, I wouldn't know how to turn the faucet off.
Mm-hmm.
And it would also inspire me to learn how to play guitar. My father could play the piano without a lesson and play anything. So the musical gene is in me. I can air guitar like a son of a bitch.
Okay, there you go.
Like I know that he didn't.
Bill and
No,
Ted.
I think I could learn it, but I don't know that I would be any good. But I don't know why I don't have a good excuse why I've never learned. I envy you guys that can play.
I'm not any good at it, but I enjoy just the hobby of it.
It's amazing just to sit there and noodle and it'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. But Steve, so how close have you been to possibly buying like a signed guitar or, there's the ones that Eddie striped up himself. I mean, those are, we would all love to have all of those, but like, let's say like a signed guitar though, because you got the signed albums,
To be honest, I've never even considered it or been close. Not to be an ass, but had I ever gotten close or considered it, I'd probably would have done it. So I literally have my own little inner policing that I have to do with myself. Like, okay, so if I got one, if I went down that rabbit hole and I got one of those, that would mean I'd have to give up a shit ton of other things that I like to collect, and it's the yin and the yang. So I just have never done it. To me, people that collect guitars, unless you're like you are, you either know how to make them or modify them or whatever, or you just have giant deep pockets and you can just go get whatever you want. And I don't have giant deep pockets. I do well, but not well enough to go get the Frankenstein that I would turn into with, collecting Eddie
Pun
Van Halen
intended.
guitars.
Yeah, because I think some of those 07
Pun intended, by the way.
Yeah, pun intended. I think some of those 07 guitars, some of them are out there. Some of them are going for like 60 grand.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wow, man.
A cheap one back then was like 20.
Yeah.
And when I say cheap, I don't mean cheap. You know what I mean? Like it didn't rise in value yet. So yeah, 20 to 60 grand. And I couldn't stop at one, like an addiction or whatever. I'd figure out a way.
See, he's already, look at him. He's the motor. The gears are already turning. Have another drink, Steve.
I'm happy with what I got. I don't know. If I could play like you, then I would have already had one.
Yeah, but you can't play those. Maybe you strum it a couple times, but something like that.
You
even
play the ones you have. The ones you showed me before this started. You noodle on those things, man.
Oh yeah, well these aren't any rare guitars. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
what about the regular
ones?
Have
one of those.
Yeah. What about like behind him, like the Stripe series Frankenstein? Have you thought about just getting
that's
one
a
of those?
production model. That's not anything special.
Yeah,
I've thought about getting one of those. What are they? How much are they? $4 grand?
$2 grand, right? $2 grand.
$2 grand?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't know they were that.
I know,
wow.
Steve. I'm thinking my 6 Van Halen guitars. If I didn't have those, they're not super expensive, but I probably would have more memorabilia if I wouldn't have spent money on those.
So then you can trade. There we go. We already have it. We have a connect.
Nice.
Those are $2 grand.
Yeah, I mean, what are they? 1900, right?
1800. Yeah.
I think Laz had a link to them where they were like 16 or something.
How many different versions are there? There's the red and the black, the Bumblebee, the white and the black, and what else?
There's another
red
red
ones.
stripe series, but it's not accurate. But there are 3 that are pretty accurate. These are the ones I have.
Oh shit! All right, so yeah, the bottom 3, I got the little guys up there. I'd kill to have those. They're perfect for me. Look at you. They're perfect for me because I don't play. Like I would pick it up and say, "Look at that."
Yeah, hang it on the wall, dude. Get
hang it on the wall.
Put one.
I think it's got to happen, man.
Look, see.
I'm gonna make this happen.
Your wife is probably watching this in the other room, going, "These sons of bitches."
She's not watching. She'll never see this.
My birthday's coming up.
Yeah,
that's what I said. That one Johnny has is the best for the best bang for the buck, right, Jay?
Hands down. Hands down.
That's what my collection is missing. I've got to have that one and the other 2.
Jay always says I've sold the most EVH gear, and look at this. I think we just sold a guitar just now, Jay.
Yeah.
Well, I get paid monthly commission on my company's year-over-year growth, kind of like you probably did, Curtis, sent to us, and we're having another banner year. That's the only way I keep my wife at bay is just keep performing and keep the checks coming in, right? Oh, look at you guys, you bastards!
Yeah,
I don't have anything. Here, I'm gonna do this.
I thought he was going to stand up. Hey, Riley. Welcome, man.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I got mine. You guys know about that.
Keep going.
Keep going.
I was trying to play you. I was going to play while you were strumming that thing.
There you go. There he is. Oh, where's he going?
Oh, that's funny.
So funny.
What a good sport.
You said. I can't get there for me. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Hey.
jealous, man. You guys have officially made me super jealous.
Jealous
I
of
gotta
us.
have one of those.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
Let's see if I can pull up a picture of Rob's basement here for him.
Oh yeah, there you go. Rob's basement.
A friend of ours. He builds all his own, and you've probably seen his stuff on Facebook.
Coming soon to Brazzers.com. Rob's basement.
Brazzers. Hey, honey. No, can't do it. Hey, honey, the fellas on here got me convinced I need a guitar. And you know that will turn into 3 guitars.
Come on.
Oh, my God.
He's walking out. She goes,
Screw
oh, my
that.
God. Oh, my God.
Let's see.
That's so funny, man.
Wow. Man.
May the tone be with you. And also with you.
Yeah. Get him a t-shirt, man.
Oh, I want one of those, man.
Double X, right?
No, triple, dude. I got to make sure that, well, a double X fits, but I don't have that svelte frame anymore. So I don't want the silhouette of my fatness. So triple X, I look good.
Well, Kurt has a medium on right now. So
It's medium.
Yeah, I'm in between a medium and a large. But Cobra Kai Platoon, who was in here, he made these for me. So
they're awesome,
I'll get
dude.
You one.
Hey, man, how about
and I'll send it to you.
How about old Johnny in Cobra Kai? He wears some badass throwback shirts, doesn't he? Including Van Halen.
The show.
Yep. It's a great show.
Cheesy as shit, but that his t-shirts are awesome.
Laz.
Yeah,
he's back.
He's stuck in the past, just like we are.
Laz is actually stuck for real. Laz, he's inside. He got inside the venue. I can see him. Laz, you're frozen.
Dirty Honey's going to play first, so he's going to go live in 2 hours.
Is he carrying?
Are you sure?
Is he carrying around his whatchamacallit?
Mammoth has been playing first lately. I've seen
his pick guard. Is he carrying around his pick guard?
Yeah, because he watched one of those videos. He says coming up is Dirty Honey.
Oh, look at that poster.
Whoa.
It's not a poster, it's a print. It's Ross Halpin's famous. It's from the Rainbow Room in '78. Kind of like the one of Eddie under the spotlight out there. I need to get this framed up. This one is a knockoff. The one out there is real.
Steve, do you own any of the Japanese guitar magazines?
All of them.
Okay. Are you surprised?
So I was going to mention earlier, one of my, I dropped some names of friends. Michelle Schinkel is in the Netherlands.
Schinkel and
he does
Einhorn?
the 5150. He did a 5150 publication, and he's a good friend of mine.
The 5150 fan club.
Yes, he sends me. He has eBay shit sent to my house all the time, and I wait till it piles up, and then I ship it to him. And I have to say that the value of it is $17 because they get taxed on it over there, right? Yep. And anyway, he's a great guy. Yori, who I call Kato, from the old Pink Panther movies, he's in Japan, and he is this man. He's older than me. He's been around all the Van Halen stuff since the 80s. This guy is the one that has hooked me up with everything Japanese Van Halen, which is the rarest of all the Van Halen shit. And I've got multiple copies of a lot of these things you guys are oohing and on about on the way right now, that I will not be selling. I don't ever sell, but I'll be trading.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah, man, shout out to Yori, a.k.a. Kato, and Michelle Schinkel, and Michael De La Hara, Roger Kinney, Mike Casas.
I know all those names too, man.
They're great dudes, man. I talk to them every day on a thread, every day.
We got some real jokesters in the chat.
Oh.
Jeannie.
David Goodspeed's another one. You know him?
I know the name.
Oh
I
my
know the name.
gosh. He used to be exactly like me.
I don't personally know a lot of these people. I mean, I know their names. I see them. I see you guys in the threads and stuff.
David's amazing. He may be on. He'll definitely watch this. He lives not too far from me in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. So our friend Laz, he's at the show, but once he got inside, the internet sucked. So now he's gone.
I bet.
Oh, that is.
So,
Dude, as I was at the Tool show in Dallas. I don't know if you guys like Tool, but it's my first Tool show. And everybody said, hey, dude, don't pull your phone out. You know, Maynard will have your ass kicked out or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you know, I obey. And I was the lower balcony. I'll shit you not, man. The whole nobody pulled their phone out except for the dude right in front of me who gave no F's, and he sat there and filmed the whole thing. But at the very end, before the last song, Maynard comes out and he goes, "Okay, now you can pull out your devices." And then it looked like it was you were at a Go-Go's reunion or something. Like all the
like
it was nuts. I'd never seen anything like that. So they may not have internet access on purpose. That could be like they can affect that.
Yeah, that happens at sporting games too.
That's right. Where's your boy watching them? Watching Wolfie?
Sacramento.
In a House of Blues?
No, it's a club. Did you guys actually see Wolfgang's? He posted today from outside the dressing room.
I didn't see it.
Outside the dressing room at the club in Sacramento tonight. He took that selfie. Apparently, there's a wall that's painted back there.
That's
no way.
Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
So that's at the venue tonight.
We need the boner sound.
They lift the
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Mask mandate still in effect in California. It looks like.
So you don't have a wall painted with the stripes, huh? You wouldn't be able to see it anyway. I don't even know why I'm mentioning it.
Yeah, I've considered doing that, but I would cover it. So what I would do is the ceiling.
Yeah.
I've considered doing the ceiling,
or
and
even just the fan blades. The fan blades. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a great idea.
F&A, right? Yeah. I'm gonna do
Van Halen.
Look up Johnny. Johnny, isolate me.
Jalen's not in here anymore.
Yeah. I should do my fan blades too, Steve.
Holy shit. Let's do it together.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Come on, let's do it.
I'll send you the chip code for the paint color.
Do it. Turn around.
Do the fan.
Stick around.
Come on.
Come on. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Hey, so I got to tell you, I've got 1.5 rums in me. So my dad owned a trucking company, and I would go up and work at his trucking company, and he had this German guy, can't remember his name, but he made collection calls, and he with white hair, really white, looked like an albino, like something from the Foul Play movie growing up or whatever. Cool
I like
dude.
that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. You remember the albino in there?
Yeah.
That's what he looked like. So anyway, dude was calling on people, and he didn't really care about his job. My dad owned the company. I'm like, how much is this? How much does this guy owe? I was probably 18, 19 years old. And he'd tell me, and I'd be like, how about I do a collect? You have to call this guy to tell him he owes money, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, how about I give him a call and do the whole thing in Arnold Schwarzenegger voice? And he goes, you do that? And I'm like, yeah, my dad owns a company. Fuck it. So I did it a few times and be like, listen to me, John. I am not messing around. I've learned, and I would do I could do it really well back then. And I would do
when you weren't a rum and a half in.
Well, I had a whole little script of shit that I would say in Arnold's voice.
John Kimball.
It worked, man. Like the guy, they didn't think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I don't know if they paid, But they were like, okay. I'm not taking any more crap, Kimball.
Oh my God.
Your subscription is over. Yeah, it
Terminated.
shit, man.
Yeah, you will be terminated if you won't pay them.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Man, well, hey, we had a lot of fun tonight because now we know that Steve is going to be. I mean, it might be the rum talking, but it seems like Steve's at least going to get one guitar for now.
It's not the rum talking, and I'm only 1.5 in, and I'm a Diamond Dave fan, so I'm not really hammered until 5.
Oh my!
So
God.
I'm only 1.5 in. I'm just lubricated. I need one of those, Johnny. Thanks for being a pusher, man.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Good.
welcome, man. I love this brand.
Oh.
It's amazing stuff. Yeah.
I can't reach mine.
Coming through the screen.
We're better than coming on the
God.
screen. I mean, we're
Yeah,
live,
but
you know.
a whole lot better. A
Yeah.
whole lot better, if I should say so.
Should we give this away?
Yeah, let's
Should
rock.
we,
Let's
should we do it? We got 60
many
entries. 60.
Last chance, everybody. We got over 110 watching. Hashtag win Steve shit. I mean win. Hashtag win.
Steve, did you enter?
I did not enter, and I've got 3 of those on order. So if I won, it would
It
be
just
not
it makes it
cool.
look better. We'll have more entries. Can you do it? Can you just enter anyway?
Sure.
There you go. And then if you win, you can just give it to me.
God, people are just plugging in now.
Yeah, look at
It's
this.
going up.
How do I enter? Hold on.
Do you have the YouTube chat open or no?
You have to
Yeah, here we go. I
Yeah,
got
he
it open
does.
now.
Okay.
I got it.
hashtag win, all one word in the chat. It would look great in the back there.
I
Yeah,
do it
that's
right.
84
Right.
era.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Have you seen one of these outside the well, you guys have seen the mock-ups.
They're cool, man.
I can show you.
I've not seen one in person yet.
Yeah, it's the 84 era. Johnny will show you, but with the dice shirt and the pants with the patches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's killer.
Mm-hmm.
Isolate.
Absolutely awesome. I wish they would make a David Lee Roth and Michael Anthony and Alex.
That'd be cool, man.
Maybe they will, man.
That's what people want. They
Yeah.
want all of them.
All right. Out of the 4 of you, 4 of us, I guess we'll say, which David Lee Roth outfit would you want for the Funko Pop? I know which one I want.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
1981, the white pants with the red stripe that kind of came down. He had a black with a yellow stripe version, but the white with the red, like in the Oakland live triple videos. For me, it's not even close. That's number 1.
Jay?
I don't know. I'd have to look at a bunch of pictures of his ass cheeks to figure out.
I definitely don't want it to be the asshole.
Okay. 1980, the red boner pants with the suspenders and the white like fur shoes or whatever the hell those things were, like the Dumb Dumber shoes.
I call them fuzzy boots.
Yeah, the fuzzy boots. That's the one I want. Where he's
my
doing the
God.
splits.
Yeah, he had red fuzzy boots. They're leg warmers, but they look like boots. He had red ones and he had white ones, and they were awesome. He'd wear them the very first song of the show and then take them off.
When did he have the silver and black, sparkly, shiny?
81.
That was because those ones that were always cool.
He also had the Spider-Man outfit in 1981.
Yep, that's on Johnny's Facebook page.
Yeah, red and white and pink
Yeah.
and black too. Like he had some outrageous shit in 81. Yeah, there you go.
Dude,
That's right.
being a front man in the 80s had to be like the cool. You could get away with wearing some outlandish shit,
Laz,
and it was just cool.
you can hear me? Ah, he keeps freezing every time I talk to him.
Good.
He's back outside.
You got kicked out. Trying to stalk Wolfgang.
Ah,
Wolfie.
Where are
Hey,
you?
wait till
He's
Wolfie
kidding.
comes to Dallas here, man. I'm gonna be like, you know me, no. I won't say any of that shit. But I'll be outside his bus in the back after the show, like a fanboy. If you come, I've got
kind
his
of a
sign.
big deal.
Hey, man, I loved your daddy.
Oh my god.
I love you too. You know that's how we all are.
Laz. Here's Laz. Laz. Hey, man.
What's up, guys?
Dude, can you hear us? Oh, no. Hey. Oh, you're inside.
Kind of looks like it.
Who's your
Inside the
daddy?
venue.
What does he do?
I can't hear you guys at all, so you can hear me.
Oh, snap.
Are they starting? Oh, they're starting.
Awesome.
Look at the vintage Marshall.
Mammoth cam.
It's
Ah,
gonna be cool here, you guys.
the internet's kind of weird. What?
What's here?
It's Han Solo just walked out.
Hey. Oh, man.
That's a little bit up.
I'm so jealous, man. We're all
no
sitting
monk?
in our
No
rooms.
monk.
That guy.
No
Look
mug.
at that guy.
There's that guy back there.
That guy's
No monk.
rocking is what that guy is.
Man.
That guy's about to have his face melted, and we're sitting here looking at each other in our little rooms.
Yeah, yeah. I told you I would have loved to have been there, but it's too far away from me. It was like it'd be 3 hours each way. You know.
I'll be there in a minute.
Well, hey, what's
Hey now.
Hey now.
remember we got to give away a pop in a minute.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have a pop to give away. Laz, you can't hear us, can you?
Mute him.
Yeah, he can't.
Laz. Hey.
This is
I
awesome.
love you.
Oh shit.
Yep, she's gonna be
Laz.
on the internet forever. She's on the internet for life.
Laz.
She's good looking.
Oh.
Oh, the circle of death.
She reached over and said, "See ya.
Yeah, that's enough of that shit.
You're with me, Lad. You're with me tonight, not those guys."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Steve,
can't you
John-
leave your buddies behind?
Johnny
Hey,
was
man.
going to go to the show, but he doesn't trust Jay and I to run this thing by ourselves.
You know how many
I would
awards
love
you
to have
get?
gone, but it'd be too far. It'd be 3 hours to drive up, then the show, and then drive back. You know.
Let's get this
Yeah.
pop winner, man.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
looks like
Awesome.
Laz is having a good time.
I don't think Lad's never has a good time. I think he's one of those guys that, hey, I'm always
He has
having
a good
fun.
time all the time.
Yep.
Every time.
Let's see. How do I do this? Okay, we got 68. Wow, 68 entries. I think that's the most we've ever had.
Oh
for-
yeah, yeah,
for one
without a
of these.
doubt. It's all
Share
because of Steve.
screen.
Steve's here tonight. That's why.
Yep.
I would just like to say
The only people.
it's better to burn out than to fade away, baby.
Oh, it's
Let me make sure I'm
too
still in there.
good. I love it.
All right, you guys ready?
Do it.
If you're just tuning
Look
in,
at
this is
all
for
the
Eddie Van
people
Halen
here
Funko Pop.
tonight.
Yep. All right, here we go. Where's the drum rolls?
The only people.
Do it, Jay.
Wait a second. Did Sean Mahoney win recently?
Did he?
Oh,
This is very, very anticlimactic. I apologize.
All right, Hamilton.
Did he win? Did Sean Mahoney win anything recently? I don't know.
Mahoney, he looks like he can kick my ass. So no, he didn't win yet. It's yours. You can have mine.
Good job,
too.
Mahoney.
Yeah. Yes. Sean, way to go, man.
Awesome.
No, he's never won.
Awesome. We'll take your word for it.
You've won now, man.
Sean Mahoney, a man barely alive,
A man's
taken
man.
from his
One
family
man.
at a young age, given a Van Halen cassette and a pop.
one man, one way,
Pop.
One desire. Are you ready, Sean Mahoney?
Sean Mahoney,
And one
this is
day,
yours, man.
he will win the coveted Funko Pop.
Desire,
Give me your tortilla.
action, romance.
In a world.
He's got Johnny. He's got to. Steve's got to do your intro, man.
Yeah.
Are you ready? One man, one
God.
desire, action, Van Halen, and
Oh,
that guy.
we got to get it.
Holy shit, that's funny. Are you ready?
one man.
Yes.
Johnny Beane in San Jose, California. House one camera Funko Pop.
Don't miss this summer. Johnny Beane stars in an action-packed extravaganza.
Johnny Beane one late night closes the flap in the chicken coop all by himself.
Yo,
An all-star cast.
we gotta have. Is Cobra Kai still here? We gotta have Cobra Kai put Sean Mahoney's face on Mahoney from Police Academy.
Sean Mahoney kicks the entire cast. Look at him. He looks like a baller there, man. He looks like a badass. Like he kicked your ass.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Mahoney is going to kick all of our asses if we don't express ship this Van Halen.
Overnight.
Sean
Sean Mahoney-
nails Kurt with over a fence onto his neck.
Mahoney's actually been a long-time viewer of these shows, like years, like a lot of years.
Well, I'm glad
So-
he won it then.
So he's
man.
been around.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
So he deserves it. He deserves it.
Totally.
Yeah, little tortilla boy.
Don, this is my first time even watching this, and I'm on it. I'm addicted now. I'll be on all of them from now on.
Oh, nice.
Steve's batting 1,000.
Oh, Rico B is a little late here, huh?
Rico B. Man. Yeah. So Sean, message me where to send, and I will send this out to you. Thank you again so much, man. Thank you, all of you. Sean Mahoney.
Dude, you guys weren't kidding around. You said that the time would fly by. We've been on here for 2 hours and 42 minutes, and it seems more like 19 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife did
shit.
the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing when I first came on with when I first came with Johnny.
Whoa, hey
Wait a
now.
minute.
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa, hey
wait,
now.
wait, wait,
Hey
wait,
now.
wait.
Hey now. Are you ready for first time?
because it goes quick.
Mahoney. Yeah, Sean, message me on Facebook. Message me on Facebook. All good.
Oh shit, man! You guys are fun. This whole thing's fun. I'll
Dude,
definitely.
You too, man. You've been great. This
Well,
has
thank
been
you.
a lot of fun. Great show.
It's been a lot of fun. My dream is that Alex or Michael or Wolfie or certainly Diamond Dave, but he'll never see this shit. It'd be cool if they ever saw any of this. And they would probably think, "Oh my God, I got to get a restraining order against that freaking guy," right? But I'm
There
not.
he is. We found him.
Oh,
You never know who's watching this stuff, Steve.
Hey, you know,
You never know.
if it's curtsy, I better get my hat.
Right? You're on the air.
Hey, it's Kurt with a C, Johnny.
Kurt with a C. How you doing, man?
Good. I just had to call in and say, a drunk Steve is a funny frickin' Steve.
You're already a star, dude.
He's been
Thumbs
sipping
up for
rum or
Steve.
whatever, but
Everyone give a
he
thumbs
has
up for
gotten
Steve.
funnier as the show has gotten older, and it's fun to watch. Good show. I'm out.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank
why,
you,
thanks,
Kurt.
man.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, and I'm not even drunk. I might just be a little buzzed. That's for sure.
Curtsy.
That was
Curtsy.
sweet. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, Can't Drive 55 says next time Steve's on, he'll have 3 to 5 EVH guitars.
All guitars back there.
But
You'll
I have
traded.
to. I have to wait. That I got to make sure I keep that on, right? Like,
Yeah.
my wife is super cool, but she ain't that cool. So it'd have to be the next time I'm on is 5 years from now. Maybe I could do that, but or maybe a year from now. It depends on how well I do.
Man, if
Yeah.
we're still doing this in 5 years,
Oh, I'll still be doing it.
I'm saying the show.
Oh, this show will be going stronger in 5 years, man. The legends of the bands like Van Halen. Think of how long the Stones have been doing this, and the Who and the Beatles and Zeppelin and all these. Like, that legend grows bigger constantly and gets new followers and new listeners because the parents, children, they push it down on them. Van Halen is one of those iconic bands, and they will only get bigger as time progresses. They will not fade off.
No, and I to kind of piggyback on your point, Steve, I think also the pop music, the stuff that's been popular for young kids,
Pop.
is kind of getting even to them. I think they're kind of getting bored with it, and they're discovering rock music, and they're like, "Whoa, what is this stuff?" You know. So I think within a few years, I think rock is going to make a huge comeback. And
well, think about it, man. Like when we came up, like, I'm a little older than you guys. I'm 52, so in 1984, I was 15 years old. And you had the new wave, like everything. The Cars started it in 1978, and then you had all the other shit. MTV was exploding, and you also had Motley Crue. They were like 2 or 3 years in. Rat had just started. Van Halen was 6 years in. It was a music explosion, but there were a bunch of different genres. Phil Collins had left Genesis of
a number of
progressive
bands.
rock. I could go on and on. I'm a fan of all this shit. That was a great fucking time to be alive. And then you had, when we were talking about earlier, like, you discover a band and then you think, oh my God, I didn't know that. I thought this was a new band. My kid came up to me one day. He's like, man, I really like this new band, whatever, fill in the blank. I'm like, dude, they've been around for 40 years, moron. So let me give them all to you. So that's how it was back then. And we didn't have the internet. So it was a great time to be alive. But now, not to be the old crusty dude, but everything is available at a point and click.
Yes.
And they don't relish in the discovery part, like we talked about in the beginning of this in the show, where you get to go discover something, and you have to do it organically at a record store or through an ordering out of the back of a magazine or some shit. And that doesn't mean you can't experience it, but it's just different. Well, and I do think there is a reckoning in rock and roll music will come full circle, because some of the shit today is just kind of flat out boring.
Yeah. Well, Steve, I mean, when I first really started to get into, buying cassettes and then buying CDs and stuff like that, I didn't have any money. I mean, I still don't have any money. But when you went and bought a CD or a tape and you brought it home and you didn't like it, guess what? You're listening to it because
You spent your money on it.
You just spent your money on it.
You invested in that shit.
Yeah, and you're like,
you're gonna learn to like it, boy.
And sometimes albums would grow on you. You know, I'd be like, wow, it's different than their last stuff, but I like it, you know? And I'm not talking about Van Halen, I'm talking about anything.
Hey, consider this. Consider this, bro. How many albums, we'll just say they're on cassette back then, like we're talking about. How many releases are every song on that release bad to the bone? Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Agreed.
Van Halen, well, for us, Van Halen all.
Yeah.
But Van Halen 1, Guns N' Roses. But then you get a whole bunch of others. Like, unless you became a super fan of that band, you paid that money that you really didn't have to pay, and you chose that band, and you really only end up liking 2 songs off of it, and the rest are throwaways for a good reason. Rat's first one, not the one with Tawny McCain's feet on it with the rats crawling up it, but the Out of the Cellar. Every song on that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But you can look at a whole bunch of other ones during that same time, and 1 or 2 songs are great, and the rest of them are kind of, there's a reason why, you know, they're not bigger than they are yet.
Right.
Because they're not that good.
About this earlier, where Jay and I, when we were younger, we had Walkmans that took, you know, batteries, and sometimes on tapes I wouldn't fast forward because I didn't want to burn down the battery. So you were forced to listen to an album, you know, A to B.
And you got used to it.
That's all you had. Yeah,
Kurt, you got used to it, and you learned the words to it, but you know, looking back on it now, it's like there may be some kind of a nostalgic thing, but it definitely wasn't great music. Styx, Pieces of 8 was one of the first cassettes I got, and I remember my dad saying, "Styx, that's the river through hell," you know, boy, and I got him to buy it for me, and I'm like, "Dad, you don't understand, they're not satanic, blah blah blah." That is a great freaking album, but it took me a while, to your point, dude, to really appreciate every song on it when I bought it for Renegade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I learned to love everything on it. Most of those cassettes back then, or albums back then, they had 2 or 3 good songs, and the rest were
filler.
Yeah. But then you have those gems, those diamonds in the rough, where the whole goddamn thing the whole damn thing is just amazing.
Gosh darn.
Dadgammit. The whole goddamn.
The whole gosh dang thing, son.
Well, and Steve,
tell you what, boy.
You got to, Steve, you got to come back and do the whole show in Roth voice, man.
Yeah, now it's so easy. I mean, I use Spotify and stuff, and I'll go to like new releases and like heavy metal or hard rock or whatever. And
Johnny, you do know that one time I was down with the Van Halen band, we called him the Camp, you know, and he goes up and down, you know, and
that's more like Randy Savage.
It's kind of one part Randy Macho Man. Ooh, yeah, you know, that kind of thing. When he was on David Letterman, he came out on Letterman on New Year's in '85. I recorded it on my VHS, and I watched it 27,000 times. And he mispronounced, because David Lee Roth is a wordsmith. Like, he's very, very intelligent. And he goes, well, Dave, let me tell you, that was an auspicious occasion. Auspicious versus auspicious. Like, he was probably fucked up when he went out there. It's New Year's Eve, right? But Dave is a wordsmith, and it's I don't really give a shit what's coming out of his mouth. It's entertaining just to hear it. Right?
We got to have Steve on Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Strategize on Saturday night with Steve.
So Steve, it's basically this show, but there's 2 or 3 more of us, and really is no topic. It's just a bunch of us sitting around.
It's
bullshit.
It goes everywhere.
Well, I manage a large group of sales managers, and ever since COVID, I've been using Zoom, and I'm better face to face. Like, I'm I don't know. People say I'm a big presence or whatever. I'm a big guy, but that's not it. Like, I'm engaging. So Zoom or this is natural to me, man. Like, it's fun. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Make this shit,
Mhm.
because usually this is for work, not talking about Van Halen.
Yeah.
And
We made
alcohol.
this fun, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey guys, thank you, Steve, the movie phone guy. Are you ready? One man, one decision, one
Friday at 8.
desire. Action. No, but I can do the voice.
Awesome.
Well, hey, guys,
Awesome.
thank you so much for allowing me in your little inner sanctum and sharing my stuff.
You're welcome, man.
Friend me on the book face, as I call it, and I hope to make you laugh. And I love Van Halen, and naturally that makes me love you and anybody else that loves Van Halen. And I'm very super friendly and real, so you can bust my balls. I love to have my balls busted, so because I'm gonna bust your balls back. I tell you that right now. So
These guys
anyway,
love balls.
Yeah, I got to get off here now because I got a little gal that I met in the backstage earlier.
Now wait, hold on.
Awesome.
Do you get like the David Lee Roth get-ups and the striped EVH leggings and hey honey, look, put these on.
No, but my wife's really good looking, man. She's I call her the Mexican Spitfire.
Well, imagine if you didn't say that. Imagine.
Well, no. Her best friend, her name's Kathy. Last year on my birthday, which is Halloween, Kathy came dressed as David Lee Roth, 1981, with the 1980 with the fuzzy boots and everything. And I didn't even recognize who she was when she came in. And I had a big old party here at the house. And it took me and this gal's over at our house every weekend, like their best buds. And I didn't know who it was for like an hour. I kept thinking, I know that I'll get in trouble for going over there, but who is that? It was all along. It was my best buddy. So my wife's best buddy, naturally my best buddy. Yeah, man, I try to steer clear of all the negative, get me in trouble shit.
Oh, of course.
Funny,
Hard
highlight
to do
Kay
sometimes,
Matthews'
you gotta do it, right?
comment.
What's that?
Huh?
Highlight
Whose comment?
Kai Matthews' comment.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go, man.
Look at you, you're already a rock star on the channel, Steve.
I don't know about all that bullshit. I'm just a dude. This has been a lot of fun, though.
It has been.
Yeah, man.
Steve,
Good
thank
on
you
you.
so
Yeah,
much, man.
Hey, man, invite me back if you want. I loved this. I'll do it again.
Well, let us know when you get your
Awesome.
first EVH guitar, and we'll
Well, can I send you the receipt from through email? Because I'm going to go probably start looking. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
You got it. You got it.
Should be
Later,
able to do it as
guys.
a tax write-off with all the other shit you got in there.
Hey,
it's got to be.
Send me a link, Johnny. I want to be able to share this on my book face with
Okay.
my pals.
I'll tag you and everything as soon as we're done here.
All right. Love
So
you
you did
guys.
it.
Thank
a lot of
you.
fun.
And hey,
Thank you.
Steve, can Johnny send me your info?
Of course.
I can get you a shirt. Okay.
Text me, email me, Johnny. Give them all that shit, man.
Okay.
Of course.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm your friend for life now. You can't get rid of me.
All right.
I'm like herpes.
Oh, yes.
You're the best.
All right,
Bye,
man.
Steve.
Later, guys.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. Dang. Oh, wrong show. Where are we?
Man,
That
we, almost, we almost went 3 hours with Steve.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Everyone's asking to have him back.
Yeah, it was crazy.
3 hours in, we're still 100 people. That's amazing. Wow. Incredible.
Yep.
Incredible. So I know we've got some other stuff we were going to talk about. We can save it for tomorrow. But what? I don't know. Quick wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
What do you think, Jay, of all of his collection?
Man, I wouldn't even know where to start with that stuff. I mean, oh my God. I could see how it can become an addiction. Like,
I'm out.
I don't know.
no,
I've been replaced before. Might as
Might
well
be-
keep it going. 100%.
Now we're talking.
We'll fire one of them for Steve. Thank you.
Thanks, Kai Matthews. Appreciate it. I'm out of here.
Oh my gosh.
That was cool stuff, man. Awesome. Yeah, Steve was
Wow.
great.
Look at this.
God, can you
Thank
imagine
you,
having to
guys.
dust that office?
I would hope he has somebody do it for him.
Someone he trusts.
Somebody in some David Lee Roth pants.
Man. Well, hey, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Steve Emerson, for one thing.
Yeah.
This show was actually a long time in the works, and it just happened to come together like pretty well. It was a long time, but then it came together really fast. So, but
Well, and
thank you
again,
so much.
congratulations to Sean Mahoney.
Yep, Mahoney.
Awesome.
Congratulations, man. And keep watching these shows, you guys, because I actually have a few more of these. So we'll be giving some more away.
Giving away.
You have to be
now.
subscribed. You have to be subscribed to the channel.
Big shout out to Cobra Kai. Dude, you're awesome.
Yep.
You are awesome. I talk to him like once a week. He's a great dude.
Right on. Everybody, you're all awesome.
Oh, but not Kurt. Not Kurt. Look, thanks, Jay and Johnny. Yes. Not Kurt.
What?
Oh, it's funny.
You got it, Sean.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
All right. Thank you so much, channel members. We love all of you. And yeah, we had some more Van Halen news to talk about. We'll keep that for tomorrow. It'll be great. Anyway, we'll have John Biel, a
He
number
knows
of
it all.
people.
Nerd
Yeah,
Halen will be joining us. I
does.
talked to Caleb last night. He'll be on.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you so much, everybody. And in case you haven't heard, we also do a show on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, over on Twitch. So if you want more Van Halen, this is the place you want to be.
Yep.
Johnny Beane,
Unfortunately, I'm
Johnny
on
Beane
that
TV.
show, so it might bring the ratings down.
Yeah, and Kurt is on that show. We had a great couple episodes already. And yeah. So join us on Twitch.
Yeah, it's Paul too. Can't Try 55. I think he'll be here tomorrow.
Awesome. Need to see his bathroom. Yeah, I want to see his entire place eventually. So
Oh,
I
the
think-
sports. Jay, we could do a whole sports show with him.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, Johnny
Yeah.
would love it.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
Just don't break any guitars. All right.
Oh,
Love you all. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Charles Green, good to see you, dude. We'll see you
Hey,
guys.
Charles Green.
Where are we? Where's? All right, Johnny Beane TV. Good night.